Okay, we are live. We are live. Welcome everyone to tonight's Sunday Night Live. Uh Already got some people coming in. That's good. Um I have a guest coming in. My guest's running a little bit late, so we'll pull her up as soon as she can come on. Already sent the link out, so but I'm gonna go ahead and start. And I want to say welcome everybody. Single Vortex, Corey, CC, NW. Good to see you guys. And everybody coming in right now. It's good to see you. Um, I'm going to talk about interracial marriage, interracial relationships. I talk about that all the time, but love doing it. I got some videos to show you. I got one that's from a local news station in Virginia and this was back in 2017, but they made like a memorial celebrating the Loving versus Virginia Supreme Court case, and I'll show you that. And then I got a video with Eve back, when she was dating her husband. Interview about interracial relationships, and I'll show you that, and I'll kind of break it down, and I'll give you my opinion, and we'll have a good time. And then towards the end of the show, after we run the videos and after we talk, you know, do a little bit of talking, I'm going to have an open panel where you guys could come on and read a poem that you've written about interracial relationships. Okay, and I'm going to open up the panel for that. So when we get there, that's just what it's going to be for. Okay, so I don't want to get off the subject and stuff, um, but it's good to see you guys here. And I know some of you guys out there and ladies, you're pretty suave with the words. Um, when it comes to me, not so much. I'm not good with words. Uh, you know, I I got a big heart, but I don't speak so well when it comes to putting words together, in a poetic way. Um, but anyway, we're going to have fun with that. Before I get started, um, I got to put the disclaimer up there. Um, you know the deal. Just so we can use these video clips and to learn, get a little education, have some commentary, have some comments and opinions. Okay, so I'll put this up on the screen. Okay, this here, as you know, is copyright disclaimer. I'll put it there. You guys can go ahead and read it. And we're using these videos for the sole purpose of education, comment, criticism, commentary, news reporting, and educational purposes. All right. And, and we're using it under the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 for the balance of favor for fair use, which otherwise might be infringement. Okay. So, anyway, I just have to put that up there. All right. You guys seen it? I'll pull it down. And I'm going to start with the news clip I got about the Loving versus Virginia. Okay. Let me put this
And
up
it
here.
commemorates the
Okay, this is news at 7. Okay, it's a local Virginia news channel. Okay, news program, and they're going to celebrate the Loving versus Virginia case. But anyway, let's go ahead and start.
McAuliffe dedicated a new state historical marker.
And it commemorates the 50th anniversary of the decision in Loving versus Virginia. In that landmark case, the Supreme Court struck down the Virginia law prohibiting interracial marriage.
Mildred and Richard Loving were married in D.C. in 1958. Living as an interracial couple in Virginia ran afoul of state law.
The Commonwealth of Virginia.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. Okay, you guys know about this case, right? Loving versus Virginia. It went all the way to the Supreme Court, and they won their case in 1967. Okay, and that's where it was legal across all 50 states where you could get married interracially. Before, some states were illegal. And their state of Virginia was illegal. They had to go to D.C. to get married. And anyway, let's go ahead.
A couple in Virginia ran afoul of state law.
The Commonwealth of Virginia enacted the Act to Preserve Racial Integrity that banned interracial marriage here in Virginia.
This new marker in Capitol Square commemorates the 1967 Supreme Court decision that declared laws against interracial marriage unconstitutional. The couple's struggle was depicted in the 2016 movie called Loving.
Unfortunately, here in our Commonwealth, we saw discrimination on schools, on accommodations, and how people were treated. It was a tough time.
Caroline Supervisor Floyd Thomas went to church with.
Okay, so what they're doing is commemorating the Supreme Court ruling and the Loving versus Virginia case. And, you know, they got a marker up there, a place that honors it. If I'm ever in the area, I'll check it out. But, and this was back in 2017 when they did this. You know, came a long way. Some states it was illegal. Some you could get married, but that case made it legal across the board in every state. And they're commemorating. You can see you got politicians there, the mayor, and I think that's the governor of Virginia, or was back in 2017. But it's a nice thing. They're honoring that landmark case where it made it legal to marry interracially, you know. And 1967, you say that's a long ways ago. Well, just keep this in perspective. Me and my wife Sandy, it was 2 years before we were born, so it wasn't really that long ago. Anyway, let's continue.
The late Mrs. Loving. He says her case expressed America's most basic notions.
She believed in some old Virginia words. Words like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, if getting married to who you want to isn't the pursuit of happiness, I don't know what is.
Their pursuit of
Okay, good point. Okay. The pursuit of happiness, being able to marry whoever you want. Okay. It seems crazy that a time in our country, well, there's been all kinds of evil going on, but that people couldn't get married. But, you know, that was a landmark case. And let's continue.
Personal freedom forced the entire country to end an injustice codified into law.
The Loving v. Virginia marker fills a glaring gap in Virginia's marker system. The topic we are commemorating is rich, multifaceted, and very deserving of recognition.
The marker dedicated today is recognition the Lovings never imagined for themselves.
All they wanted to do was get married. They loved each other. And all they wanted was their state to recognize them.
Juan Condi, 10 on your side.
Oh, okay. All right, there's my guest. Hey, Sunkissed. Welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Party people. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm hi, Brent. How are you?
Okay, I was just showing a news clipping of the Lovings versus Virginia, and this was back in 2017. They put a marker down there to commemorate the landmark Supreme Court decision.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty nice, and we all know about that case, and that just kicked the doors wide open for interracial marriage, making it legal in all 50 states.
Hmm.
Um, so I always go back to that case, and I've studied it, I've looked into it, and some of the things they went through, they were discriminated against. He was refused jobs, and they struggled because he had to do whatever they would give him, and a lot of people wouldn't hire him because his wife was black.
Hmm.
Um, so they went through some hardships, and their marriage still worked. And interracial relationships, we still have people that don't like it, and you you're going to get some blowback from them because they don't like it. Um, but it's not as harsh now as it was then, and it's getting to be more um, generalized, more of a norm. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I was just showing that video of the commemoration, and a shout out to News uh, Fox 43 for putting that together. That was a local Virginia station, so I just wanted to say that that
Yeah.
we could use that clip. But
It, I think this is such a this is so I love to see this and just the grit that couple had and that how hard he fought for the love and how he didn't give up,
mhm.
and I love the fact, like you said, he kicked down doors and he fought for his love and see how far. Although there's still we still have people that are still having a problem with it, but still, and even from back then, he still didn't give up. It didn't deter him from fighting for his love. And again, so he was a trailblazer, and for even out for you and Sandy. Look how much um, of a fight he put for you guys. And I think this is awesome. This is a good story.
Yeah, and it was it. People before us that were in the same situation, they did make it easier for us. Now we could get married in any state
Yeah,
if we want to, and though people won't like it, it's legal. It's recognized in
exactly.
all 50 states, and it should have been from the get go. Um, you know, looking at that case, they got married in D.C. because it was illegal in Virginia,
Yeah.
but they were from Virginia and they went back home, and I guess the sheriff got wind of it, and they kicked in their bedroom door and hauled them both to jail because they didn't, it was against the law to be interracially married there, even though they did it legal in another state. And in fact,
Mhm.
they were told that they had to leave the state and, could only come back and visit ever so often. And even when they did, they were hassled by the police and the sheriff, and it was a mess. Um, and amazingly, the community they grew up in, um, there were black and white people that lived together,
Mhm.
and the people they were around were okay with it. The families accepted it, but society and the law back then didn't. So
Mhm.
they had to fight through that.
Wow.
Um,
It's
yeah,
just it's
but
just sad. It's it's heartbreaking. It's heart wrenching to hear that just because of just the fabric on somebody's skin, you know,
mhm.
will keep them from having organic love for one another. It's so sad that they had to harness that. Well, they tried to harness them, but so many people had to hide their love for one another, all because of something they couldn't control, which was the color of their skin. But again, I love this story because he didn't allow that. So it's really
Yeah,
good.
and she fought alongside him. She always
Yeah.
had his back. She was always loyal, and
Which
both
is
of
what
them.
that's the story of the black and white couple with the black woman with a white man. Like you
Yeah,
said.
eh, yeah, and we've made long strides. We've and our marriages are successful.
Hmm.
A lot of our marriages are, and
Hmm.
the last panel we had where the ladies came on that were interracially married.
Hmm.
They had years in, and well, one lady was wasn't married yet, but she was looking to open up her options. And, that's a choice we all should have. If we want to open up our options, we should be able to. If we don't want to, we should be able to not to, too. You go where you're loved. And if you have a preference, hey, have your preference. Just be respectful to others that aren't your preference, I would say, But that's really a awesome story. I got plenty of videos on that case, but I was going to just show that. And I got another video on my show of Eve being interviewed. I think it's from Lamont Hill. I think that's his name. He interviewed Eve when she was in a interracial relationship with their billionaire husband, and she talks a little bit about it. And I'm going to show that. I'm going to stop it in between and stuff, and we'll talk about it. And yeah, this is a nice video too. Let me put it up here.
I'm gonna mute up right quick, okay?
Okay, go ahead. Let me put this.
He's loving.
Okay, I got it way. Okay.
You also.
Okay, shout out to Huffington Post Live. This is an interview with Eve when she was in an interracial relationship with her billionaire husband. And we're going to listen a little bit. I'll stop it in between and give you my opinion. And then Sunkiss could come on and, give hers. And if you want to put something in the comments, what you think, you can. You're free to do so. Let's go ahead and start. Shout out to Huffington Post Live.
Fall in love.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
He's cute. That's my baby.
I see you like smiling.
Because he makes me happy. It's a good thing. Trust me. Because it's a good place.
Okay.
It's a good place. I've had some bad relationships. So
Are you comfortable talking about who you with?
Yeah.
I don't like to get.
It's just a guy.
Okay, just a guy. Just a guy.
Just a guy.
Regular guy.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Working like Jim Steaks or something?
Yeah, no, he don't work at Jim Steaks. But no, he's British, and which is a lot of reason why I moved to London.
Yes.
And we've been together for a while now. And
How long has it been about? How many years has it been?
Almost 3 years.
That's nuts.
That's
in a
nuts.
good way. In a good way. No, I mean, celebrity relationships last like 15 minutes.
That's true.
Okay. Now she's talking about back then her boyfriend. She's married to this man. He's a billionaire. He lives in England. He's British. He's a white guy. And I think they recently had a baby, if I'm not mistaken. She married a billionaire. I mean, this guy, and from what I've seen, his family accepts her. They love her, and she's fit right in. And he's, interviewing her. This guy, he don't work at Jim Steaks or whatever that is. No, he's a billionaire. He probably owns quite a few Jim Steaks anyway. Let's go ahead and continue. And Sunkiss, let me know when you're back. I'll let you chime in too.
I'm here. I wanted to say this, that I thought it was interesting that he said 3 years, and he said, wow. And it's so sad that for that to be considered longevity, for him to be blown back. But on top of the fact that, like he said, that is considered long in Hollywood. And it is at that particular time. So we know how long they've been together since then. But for her to, that it's like that's milliseconds in Hollywood. And then two, nowadays 3 years, 100 years and 1,000 years, that's long, But not, forget about the fact that he's a billionaire, and that was 3 years. And then on top of that, look how long they've been together. And then of course it has been some additions since then. And I don't want to get ahead, but I was looking at some history on them. Not, last night I was looking at a few things last night, and I was, of course, I turned into a wimp, but we'll talk about that later too. But the thing is, it has grown since then with this particular couple, on top of the fact that he's a billionaire, and she, of course, she's not hurt neither. So that goes to show, again, with the black woman and a white man. And I'm so excited. Okay, now I'm going to mute.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, amazing. And 3 years is a long time for Hollywood. You know, marriages in Hollywood are worse than what's going on in society. They really do change wives like underwear. Um, but she's outlasted, still going. And you know, she's married to a billionaire, but you know, she's famous. She's a celebrity herself. She's not hurting, even without him. But it's nice how they could come together and stuff. But let's go ahead and continue with this interview.
But he's, thank God, not like in my business as far as like music and all that kind of
That
stuff.
helps.
And I think, yeah, I was going to say it definitely helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a comment coming in from the HuffPost community asking about that, and it says, not that you really care, but what kind of feedback have you gotten from other rappers about being a black female U.S. rapper in an interracial relationship living in London?
Yeah, you know, in the beginning it was crazy. In the beginning when I first, like, I say the first year we were together, when people started finding out I was with a white guy, it was like, oh, I can't believe you're fucking with white dudes. And now it's like, whatever. Now, I think people have accepted it a bit more now, so I don't hear as much about it now.
And they're happy that you're happy.
Yeah, most people are. Most people are just like, oh, she's good. She's in love, fine. So.
I think a lot of us were disappointed.
Okay. You see what she was saying when they found out that, you know, she was in a relationship with a white guy? People were upset. Does that sound kind of familiar? And, well, she's a celebrity, but just everyday people. It seems...
You so kind of, Brent. You so kind. You so kind.
Okay. No, but I was going off what she was saying. You know, people were like, why are you messing with the white guy? And, you know, people were upset. I remember seeing in social media, there were people mad at her for that. And, wow, it's like, I know she's famous, beautiful, and it's like they can't accept her dating out or marrying out to a white guy. It's like so tragic. But when it seems when black women get with their Becky, with the white woman, it's like, it's good, all good to go. I don't know. That's just my observation.
Okay. You're so kind. Can I chime a little bit?
Go ahead.
Okay. So they were dragging her. She's in, and the thing is, she's going to be modest and a little brief because she's on an interview. They brought up some horrible things from her past when it came to the 3-letter word, you know, the SC, you know. They dragged her some things from the past that they were online that shouldn't have been there. Because certain things should have just stayed in between, you know, just should have been between her and her partner or whatever it was. They dragged that out. They tried to throw it in her husband's face. Kind of find out he already knew about it. She didn't know that he knew about it because it had been so long. He didn't mention it. When she found out from others that he knew about it, she brought it to him. And she said, "You knew?" He said, "Yeah." She said, "Why did you say anything?" He said, "It didn't matter to me." Boom. That's the alpha.
Yeah, because
I'm sorry, go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I just want to say something on that. Yeah, he don't care what she happened in her past. That was before she knew him. It's like in my marriage, I don't care who my wife was dated and had a relationship before she knew me. Why would I focus on that? And he probably the same thing. And why should anybody focus on that? But when we got together and got married, then that's our life, and we don't focus on each other's past. I don't talk about, you know, old girlfriends I had, and my wife don't talk about boyfriends. It's just, why would you? It's just, but
yeah, because it doesn't matter. If you're talking about the previous person or the other, like we mentioned before, someone from you're saying from the same race or what have you, you're not ready. You're not ready. So that shows maturity. And they were already married. He knew what he had. You had that experience with that person because that was that person. That person brought that out in you. I know what I brought out of you, you know. And so that's what he was operating with, who he brought out in her. And I thought, oh, does he have a baby brother that's close to his age? You know, I was thinking, oh my goodness. You know,
Right.
so that's what I value. I did value that.
Yeah, that's good. That is maturity, because how can you hold that against someone before you even knew them? But you know, some people have issues with that, and it's so silly. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
But that
but
when you have betas that listen to their friends or listen to their relatives or listen to others, the bloggers and all that, and they operate off of what they say, that's what they say. Who is they? None of us has ever met that person named they. I don't.
right,
We still waiting to meet this person named they. So if you have a beta male that is operating off of they and listening to their boys, they are a boy. So again, that's what you're dealing with. So, and he's a man. He's a man. He's beyond his billions. So that
yeah,
part. Mm-hmm.
yep. Okay, let's go ahead and continue and get some other stuff we can pick out of here.
I mean, because we loved you. You know what I mean? And we don't,
But disappointed, why?
because we loved you.
What does
We
that
don't.
mean?
Okay, we don't want you to be with nobody. I wouldn't care who it was.
it is.
I'm mad you with anybody right now. Okay.
That is funny.
But then I think, but a lot of black men do have issues when black women date
know.
outside of the race.
It's true, but you know, I think there are some other interracial relationships that are happening in entertainment right now that I've never heard anyone say anything about.
That's interesting.
So, and
Is it mostly male, female? The other, like when black men date
yeah,
white women?
it's usually when black men date white women, it's like, oh, okay, like no one talks about it. No one says anything about it. I mean, in certain communities, it's talked about, but you know, I mean, I know it's not the norm or whatever, but
Was it tough for you?
in the beginning, I think it was tough in a sense that I was like, where does this fit in? Where does this fit in my life? Where do we fit in with each other's lives? And are we going to be able to?
Okay, let me stop it right there. You notice what she said, and other racial groups in Hollywood, it's like nobody cares, whatever. And with black women with black men, white women, it's nobody really says nothing. I've never heard anybody get mad or feel a kind of way, but when it's a black woman, it's like tragedy. It's like, no, you can't do it. No. And you hear what he said, we were upset. Well, because we loved you. Like, yeah, right. No, you were upset because he was a white guy. That's what they were upset about. And this is the crazy thing. Who has access to Eve? I mean, honestly, the only ones I would make sense that they'd be upset is someone that wanted to have a shot with her, that wanted to have a relationship with her, and the guy beat him out. So you kind of be upset. That would make sense. But if you don't have access to her, why do you care? I mean, it's like we're keeping racial score. Okay, he got a white woman, good to go. That black woman drifted. Oh, we lost another one. Darn it. It's just so stupid. I mean, there's billions of people on this earth. And if to worry about the racial dynamic is silly. I mean, they're happy and be happy for her. But go ahead, Sunkiss, sorry.
What I thought was interesting was we didn't want you with anyone. That was laughable.
Yeah.
That was laughable. Here's the thing. When she was with the guy that she was with prior to, forget it don't matter. Oh, I thought of his name, but it doesn't matter. The guy that had all of her business online, that had her doing all these seedy things. That was perfectly fine. And this guy is still pretty much doing the same thing. The guy that when she was prior to her becoming extra famous, she was doing certain things to become famous. That was perfectly fine. And these guys are still doing the same thing, pushing the same thing on all these young girls, young women. That's perfectly fine. So all this, well, we didn't want you with anyone. again, that's a lie. They want, as long as they're with these certain particular guys, mom's the word. But as soon as she got with this guy that is high value, that's when it became a problem. That's when it went viral. That's when it became a problem. Her seedy activities, it wasn't really a big deal. It didn't go hit the internet and become a problem, become a viral on the internet when it became a huge problem until she got with this billionaire. Not that he was a billionaire, but when he was a white guy. That's when that issue on the internet was really a bad thing. And so even when she upgraded herself and started cleaning her life up, not really a bad thing. But when she upgraded her life and got with this non-black guy, oh, look what you did. Oh, let's let it, let's nitpick her. And let's and dog her for all these things that she's done from the past. See, you see what I'm saying? And so, yes, you didn't mind her being with someone. You wanted her with someone else. You just didn't want her with this high value white guy. So please, let's not keep it a food stamp. Let's keep it a buck. Okay, I can't. Please, don't.
He said we didn't want you with nobody. Yeah, that's a polite way of saying we didn't want you with the white guy. That's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I don't understand why people get triggered. Like, yeah. And
always saying, they always say, let's keep it real, keep it real. Let's keep it 100. No, really? You can keep okay. And then when they get on their platforms, they keep it everything but real. Okay.
Yeah. Let's continue. And I think she would have, if she would have spoke how she really felt, and I think she'd be going off.
Yeah, but you see how she was being respectful. But you see how she was afraid to really be. She was being honest, but you see how she was still keeping it sanitized.
Yes.
You playing with her, being careful with her words.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's got to because she's in an interview, and.
But not just that, because you've heard these rappers on interviews dogging black women. Come on, really?
Yeah, but she's a classy lady,
She's a classy lady, but you know how they consider black men to be high value is what I'm saying. Her being high value as opposed to a black man being high value, they can still be candid, is what I'm saying. A high value black man can still be candid and still be considered high value. Not to dog them. I'm just saying the comparison. She can still be classy and yet still be candid in her verbiage. There's a difference. You can still pick and choose your words and still be considered high value and still be classy. But she has to be careful because if she doesn't, she could be canceled, is what I'm saying. Totally canceled.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue here.
Really get each other. Like, we are so different. Just being British alone and me being American is different. But for him to be, he's a white man, a black woman. So yeah, we definitely talked about it. I had issues about it, but we talk it out.
Are there ever moments where the cultures just clash?
No. Thankfully, I can say that. When we clash, it's just because we clash.
Just regular relationship
just regular
clash.
relationship clash. It's never a cultural thing because I think if it was a cultural thing, I don't know if it would work.
It might not. Who knows?
Okay, let me stop there. He's asking was there a cultural problem? And she said, no, there wasn't one. And in my marriage, there was no culture clash either. It was, I think people got this perception that when it's black and white people, we're going, I guess, try to force each other's culture on each other. I don't know. I've never had a cultural issue. And she said she didn't either. I mean, I think when you really love somebody, you're not, and you got an open mind, you're not thinking one's better than the other. You just embrace what you like from both. That's what me and my wife did. I mean, and I think that's probably what her and her husband did. They're just, there wasn't a culture thing. And people always ask me, well, how'd you deal with the cultural difference? How did you work it out? We just didn't have a problem with it. I don't know. We're just, we might have a different culture, but that's not a bad thing. Unless you make it a bad thing, I guess. And it makes it fun. Different cultures. You get there's some things I see black people doing that I embrace. And this is one thing I would say about black people in the culture. It seems that a lot of times they're more family orientated. They have the reunions and they get together, and both my wife's families from her mom and dad's side do this. And it baffles me because it seems like they're closer knit, but the marriages in the black community are very low. And I'm thinking, wow, if they're doing this, you'd think the marriages would be strong families. And, but just looking at the data, and it's like, but to be fair, society marriage is horrible across the board. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about culture there, from my perspective. But
yeah, I think too, when it comes to the approach on how you're willing to handle your problems prior to marriage. Again, people forget that courting is for a purpose.
Yes.
There is a step prior to marriage, if that is your desire. When you court, it is a stage. Are you the one stage? What are your qualities? What are your reasons? How do you handle this, that, and the other? How do you handle problems? What is your approach? And so if you have a problem, and if we're going to handle this problem together, how are we going to handle it together prior to marriage? And again, I think when I talked about it, people are so quick to try to impress others with a wedding. The wedding is the fun part. That's the easy part. That's to impress others with the pretty. But so many people forget on how are we going to handle the marriage. And so if you're going to have a problem, you handle the problem prior to the marriage. So it won't be a cultural shock when you get married. So if you have a problem, it won't be, oh, okay, you handle this problem versus me handling this problem. It's going to be, it's almost like a dance. When you go and you see, I love watching people do the waltz and all that, whatever the case may be. You see these people dancing on the dance floor. You go, oh, they knock it at the box. It's because they have practiced it prior to them getting into the competition. They don't just jump into the competition all willy-nilly and they nail it. No. So when you see the woman leaning her body into her partner and holding her head a certain way and arching her back and all that, sometimes I've talked to some people that say, yeah, it can be painful, especially prior to, it's painful. But then as they continue to practice and practice and practice and practice, it gets, the pain is not as aggressive. And so when people see it, they go, oh my goodness, they do it so effortlessly. Well, when they practice prior to, they're going to step on each other's foot, they're going to get mad, they're going to have bad days, things of that nature. But when you see it, as time goes on, it gets better and better and better. And so the thing is, the partners may be of different races or what age groups and all that, but they learn how to practice until it becomes perfect. Not perfect, because you're dealing with two imperfect people. But the thing is, the same thing with the marriage. And so this is what you deal with a black and white couple. They continue prior, along the dating phases and all of that, and even throughout the marriage. And as time goes on, it gets better and better and better. And onlookers look and go, oh, how do they make it work? And so when you see this guy asking Eve that, or if people ask you and Sandy that, you guys continue, you learn prior to, and you go and you learn as time goes on until you make it work. So the thing is, that's how it works. It's not like a black and white, It's two imperfect people learning and practicing throughout the stages. And then when you get 30 years into it, like you and Sandy, and there you have it. So that's why a billionaire and a millionaire can make it work. Black and white can make it work.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Like practice for that, and dating. It used to be courting to figure out if you're compatible, if you guys got the same values, to see if is she right for me to marry. Will she be a good wife? And then she'd be like, well, will he be a good husband? Is he a good provider? It was a learning thing to get to know, because you got to have a plan. Anytime in life you do anything, you have to have a plan. You can't just jump in, or most of the time it's going to be a disaster. And coming together for marriage, if you don't get to know that person, and it goes beyond, the attractiveness in the bedroom, that stuff comes in time. But if you don't know the person and you don't know what they're about and what they want in life, it's going to be disastrous. And I think black women, white men, we're being successful is because we're thinking further. We're having a better plan. I think it's not that we're better. It's that we make better decisions. I think that's what's really going on. And and when we're attacked by the haters, it's like it's toughening us up. We're getting a preview on what we're headed for. So we got an outlook rather than our counterparts where it's so easy for them to hook up and they're having fun, but then they didn't go far enough to get to know each other. And I think that's what's going on. That's my opinion. Not saying those marriages can't work that way, but stats are showing one group's doing better than the other. And I think it's because they got a plan, they're more strategic, and they go through more hurdles. And that helps. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, but anyway, that's just my opinion on it. And I think I'm right. Just looking at the data and how people act and the reasoning they're getting married, getting together. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. We're kind of almost towards the end, but we'll continue and see what else she has to say.
Y'all gonna have some kids?
I want to.
I need you to have some kids soon.
I want to. I'm ready. We talk about it.
Wait, how ready? Ready like I can imagine it, or ready like a year from now I want to be changing some diapers?
Ready like whenever God says.
Okay.
Whether that's tonight or next year, whenever God says.
And is he ready tonight?
Yeah, he's ready.
Well,
I mean. He's always ready.
So y'all going, because he has kids already.
Yes, he has children. But it's all,
Is that a challenge though?
It was in the beginning. I didn't even know how to talk to kids. I was just like, you're so cute. Like, I was weird. Because I hadn't been around kids for a long time. And obviously, I actually am, I have a stepfather. So I know how it was when some guy came into my life. And for me with the kids, I kind of was like, here it is. First of all, I'm a black woman as well, coming into these kids' life, but they were beautiful. They actually made me feel comfortable way more than I probably made them feel.
How about their mom?
The mom is fine. She's, doing her thing. She's
you all get along.
And yeah, it's all good.
Okay, that's the end of the interview there. And shout out to the Huffington Post putting that together. That was really nice. And that was some years ago. I don't know what year, but that was way back. But towards the end, she was talking about kids. Yeah, she wanted to have kids. And I think recently they had a daughter, if I'm not mistaken. I know last time I was looking, she was pregnant. So I think they already had the daughter and stuff. And, congratulations to her and her husband. That's awesome. But I think the way she handled that interview was really classy. She held back some words because, you got to know she had some hurt when people were dragging her because of her white husband and they didn't want to see that. but she handled it class, you know, she handled it with class, maturity, and from what I got out of it, it was a nice interview. It really was. Um, you know, well, what did you think about it, Sunkissed?
I think she was really, really. I have to applaud her. She has come a long way, and I know it's because a lot of it is because of growth on her own. She did a lot, and the thing is, I know some other things too. Growth
Uh-huh.
on her own, because she had to make a lot of decisions, and she had to shed a lot of negativity out of her life on her own prior to her meeting her husband. So again, it's always self growth. On top of the fact that she made some good decisions on who she chose as her husband. Because had she not made the proper choices and self examinations and self operations, if you ask me, from an inside out, first she wouldn't have seen her husband. There's no way she would have, hands down, she would have been like, no. So she saw him. She knew who to pick. Because at the end of the day, a woman has to do the choosing. I know the woman has to make do the choosing. So she chose well. So with this interview, I saw all of that. And the way that she handled it prior to the way she would have, years ago when
Yeah.
she didn't love herself, I was just, like, go Eve. So this helped me to see that when she was able to make all the haters fold on this interview. I know, just as a Black woman, she wanted to say more, and she wanted to go there, not with all the hooting and hollering. She wanted to say more. But you know what? Less is more. Less is
Yeah.
more. Her life was screaming and yelling for her,
Yeah.
as it is today. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you're right. And the
Mhm,
best thing she could do with the haters is
mhm,
just ignore them, live her life, be happy.
mhm, mhm,
And she was saying how the kids, it was kind of tough. She didn't know how to act around kids, but she said they made her feel comfortable, and
mhm,
and that's amazing. And coming in to a marriage when somebody has kids, when you marry them, you get the package deal, you get the kids with it, and that shows maturity too. It's like they accepted me, I'm part of the family, and she said even his ex-wife was, yeah, we're all good, and a lot of times, the new wife might go in on the ex-wife, and she didn't. She held it you know, she was real classy about it. And they might just have a good relationship. Some people do. I've seen people get along with their ex-wives, with the new wife, and they have a relationship because they have kids together. They have to. And some people are mature about it, but a lot of times they're fighting back and forth and can't stand each other. And that's another good point I wanted to put in there. You know.
Another thing too, Brent, if you don't mind me chiming in on this, another
Oh,
observation
yeah, go ahead.
is, a lot of people a lot of questions, a lot of times people, and not to say that this guy was, but a lot of times people ask because they want to like cherry pick and look for a problem.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that she gave them the truth, but she
Hmm.
gave them just enough. She answered their questions. But I love the fact that she was able to, a lot of people are looking for racism.
Hmm.
And she was able to say, no, it's not interracial dating for a Black woman is not all what are being fed to us. Um,
Hmm.
she was helping them to see that no, actually, they embraced me. I'm the one didn't know. I was the one that was kind of off, and they helped me to see that it was okay. That it's
Yeah.
not always white people that give us a hard time. I was the one that didn't know. They helped me they embraced me to help me to see that really it's okay. Let us bring you into our world to nurture you coming from your community, that it's okay. We are going to love you whole. Whatever you don't have left, it's okay. We'll patch that up for you, because you're good enough. You're enough. And I love that. And she was like, I didn't know how to handle kids myself. And I did, down to now, like you mentioned, she feels whole enough to now have enough security to be able to have her own baby. And so I love, this was a great story coming from what the video that you showed earlier down to now. Not only is it this, I mean, this is a success story down to now. We have this, what the society has deemed as a ghetto girl that was supposed to be a statistic, down to a success story. This ghetto girl is now like, this is a Cinderella story. She's having her own baby. She has embraced, now she has, like she said, what I watched last night, she has bonus babies that are now hers, down to her own baby. So she has this whole Brady Bunch along with, you know, her shining armor. So this is, I sobbed last night, as you all with no idea, on top of this here. So this is a great ending. I love, awesome job. Good job. Good job. Awesome job. Awesome job. As you always do, of course. As you always do.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Corey put a comment, white women freak out when they see white men with black women together. Yes, they do. Okay. It's not as vocal as black men, the black women that I've seen, but I've seen, let me tell you, and I've been married for over 27 years to my black wife. I've been interracially dating since 1985, and I've seen all kinds of things. And, you know, and I can tell you, the most horrible racial experience I had was dealing with women. Angry Karens are the worst. They're worse than men that are totally racist. And I don't know if it's because they see a white man with a black woman and don't think that should be. But yeah, I mean, most people are okay with interracial relationships. They're living their life. You know, the majority is like, hey, they love, let them be. But there's people that still have a problem on both sides. And we've seen it. But yeah, those angry Karens are something else. I mean, you know, and I tell you a story when me and my wife, back in the day when our kids were toddlers, we had a couple of them yelling at us, saying hateful things. And, you know, and there were a couple instances in my life we went through that. And, you know, some people, I guess, are just so evil in their ways. They think they believe it so much that they feel comfortable just saying it. And that's, you know, crazy. But yeah, you know, and these people are so crazy. They think that I'm out there, you know, procreating with a black woman, killing my race and all this other crazy stuff. They believe that stuff, and there's some people that are just plain evil with it. You know, that's a rare thing that I went through in my life, but, you know, 30 years of interracial relationships, counting my 27-year marriage, I've seen a lot, and I've dealt with a lot of hate. And I think, you know, a lot of times people listen to me. It's not because I'm entertaining or I speak well. It's I think they see the realness in it, you know. And when I talk about interracial relationships, marriage, it's a trendy thing, right? Swirling, it's trendy. People are wanting to hear about it, talk about it. This trend, for some of us, is a way of life. And that's the path I've chosen. And, you know, I would choose it 1,000,000 times over because I've been blessed by it. You know, and I have a great wife, awesome family, and I've been blessed. But, you know, when I talk to you guys, I'm telling you my life story. This is my life. This ain't just a trendy thing. You know, I'm not just dating a black woman for the first time. No, I've been married over 27 years. I've been dating since 1985 when I was 16. Black women, that's always been my preference. That's where my heart's always been. And I chose that path. And I like to share the positive of it because there's so many positive things we don't look at. We always look at just the negative, you know. Okay, the beauty factor has just gone viral. Now, Sunkissed. There you go, Sunkissed, getting a comment. It's gone viral. But anyway, I could talk all night about this. But
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You said what now, Brent? You were calling me.
Oh no, there was a comment. I'll put it on the screen.
Okay.
The beauty factor has gone viral. Now Sunkissed is on the show.
Has gone what viral? Don't you play with me? I'll go. My stomach is getting weak. You have to be kidding.
He's saying your beauty has gone viral.
Oh, please. I know that's a joke. So thank you for calming my nerves. Thank you. You're so sweet. Who was that? Mark?
Mark, yeah.
You know what? I was putting your name in wrong. No wonder I was putting in Bane. It's Baven. Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Okay. Oh, my memory is I have so many notes all over my house. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, Mark. Baven. I will be getting with you right after the show because clearly my brain is not. Okay. So here we go, people. Hi, Fred. You know what? As you guys can see, my life is all over the place. Hi, Brent. Brent is my favorite person. He's one of my favorite people. So what's been going on, Roadrunner?
Oh, not much. How are you doing? You doing okay?
Okay. I'm going crazy. Okay.
We all go crazy. I've been crazy since the get-go. So
yeah, you used to it.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the videos.
I enjoyed that.
I would like to do an open panel. If you guys got a poem you want to share with us, I know there's been some people that were asking. I'm going to put the link up there now. If I would ask you guys, this is for poems, okay? Or if you don't have one, you could do a quick comment and be out. I don't want to get dragged off on other things because people want to share a poem. I want to make it for that. Okay. If nobody comes up to share a poem, we can, go an alternate route with it. But I just want it to be quick and brief so we get everybody in. And so this is your time. The link's up here. So if you want to come up and share a poem, you can. I know you guys out there are really good. You guys have sent me books on it and really nice stuff. And I cheat. I'll take your poem and read it to my wife and pretend it's my own. Well, she knows me better than that, so I can't get nothing past her. But it's a good try.
I have a poem to read, but I'm willing to wait till last. I wrote one just right before I got on here, or not too long ago. So I'm willing to wait till last. I'll be fumbling through it because I'm not really familiar with it. I mean, I have one from before, and then I did one earlier, and I entitled it Morphed. So I morphed the two together. It's kind of a hybrid poem. So
okay. Well, I haven't got
willing to wait.
Well, I haven't got nobody to come on yet, so you might not have to wait.
Okay, I'll do whatever. This is my gown for my memory is bad. I promised someone that I will wear this gown for them. It's the hybrid outfit, the thug and the ball gown. So I wanted to show it to prove that I wore it too. So, but I'll do
nice.
Okay, I'll do this. Get this out the way really quick. So and I remember my tripod too, so that I could show. It's okay. So I did this for which one was it that I said? See, my mind is so raggedy. So hold on. Let me see if I could take it out of the tripod. And I put Oh, is that Mark?
Yeah, that's Mark. And then we got.
Hey, Brent, my sound's.
Okay, I'll go last. I'll go
Okay.
last.
Okay, and then we got Dang on here.
Oh,
So
good.
we got a few people.
All right.
So we'll go ahead.
And here's the gown. I promise. I just wanted to show that. I promise it goes past my feet, all on the floor, and I've kind of grouped it with a belt.
I'm having issues. I'll leave and come back.
Okay. We'll go ahead and. Okay, Mark jumped off.
Oh, Mark, you scared of that? Come back.
Yeah, he says he's going to come back. I guess. I think he had an audio issue.
Okay, I'm picking with him.
Okay, and Dang, welcome to the show. Dang Dion.
Hey, how are y'all? Are we
Good,
still
how are
talking
you?
about Eve?
Well, we're going to do a poems, but if you want to put in a comment and talk a little bit about her, you can. While we're waiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, throughout the entire relationship with the man, it's just they came up with every excuse of why he chose her. Like, at first they said, he's up in his career, he just looking for a fetish, and then after that they're like, they're just, I don't know, they're saying, oh well, he's only dating her because she was a model, and then they came up with the fact that when she had the baby that she trapped him. You can't trap a man with the baby. A man can trap you though. Like you can't force but they came up with that excuse and basically was saying that, oh, the reason why she was having a baby is because he's getting older. He's a billionaire and he's going to leave her. So she had to hurry up and have the baby. But what they don't realize in that interview, when he asked her when she's going to have kids, that was a triggering moment for her because she has the same thing Beyonce has. I think it's like preeclampsia, like during her pregnancies, and she had trouble creating children. And that was a struggle with her and the guy, which is why she wanted a man with children already. So when he asked her that, it was kind of uncomfortable because it was like it was too personal. And when you dating a man with kids, it's like a man, he's already filled that void, kind of. So you don't want to feel like a burden on him if you can't give him children. But by blessings, she had a child, and that's why it took so long, because they were struggling in that area. Like seriously, it was a huge issue, but it wasn't an issue for him. But for her, she wanted to have children, and for him to ask her that was kind of disrespectful without even doing any research before the interview. It was just so unprofessional and disrespectful to her womanhood too. Just my personal opinion.
I love that. I love that.
I didn't. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mark,
that's why.
Yeah.
Brent.
That's
Hey,
why
Mark.
I just don't like when. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying hi to Mark. He came on, and but that was a good point. Okay, Mark, you got a poem you want to read or?
Yeah, I have. I've actually called it Ebony and Ivory.
Okay.
It's called
All
right. We are Ebony and Ivory, you and I. We complement each other so well. Like the keys on a piano or a zebra crossing, we were meant to be together. Yeah, what unites us is the love we have for each other. We are like chocolate and vanilla, coffee and cream. We blend well together. Baby, what I'm trying to say is that we are meant to be together. I've known this since I was born. I knew that there was someone special out there for me. It's took me years to find my perfect match, but now I have found you. I have fallen madly, truly, deeply in love with you, and every day my love gets stronger for you. Since we have been together, you have treated me like your king. I've never felt so loved like I do with you. You are an awesome and amazing girlfriend, and I cannot wait to marry you. I've always wanted a queen like you to love, and now I've found the one. Baby, I need you in my life constantly. I will love you until my final breath. You're my ebony queen, and I'm proud to be your ivory king.
Oh, nice.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. And
I love that.
Yeah, and I tell you, Mark, he writes these professional.
Wow.
He's got a book that It has poems in it and stuff, and it's real. Oh, yeah, but that was really good, Mark. Really good with the words. And how do you do that? How do you just pull that out? I'd be like stumbling and stuttering and but
Mark, did he go away? Mark?
he's still there. He's on Avatar. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. And I maybe because I'm a woman, but I love when I hear a man tap into that part of his brain and part of his heart,
Mm-hmm.
And okay, I'm turning into a woman. I'm sorry. Okay, it's okay because I can do that today. I have on my gown and I can be a thug too. But
you can
I
be both.
love yes, I can be both. It's okay. I have the permission today. But I love to hear that. Nowadays we don't hear that on the radio anymore. Of course, I don't even really listen to the radio, or don't listen to the radio unless I'm listening to jazz. But when I hear a man tap into that side of himself, and he's vulnerable enough and yet masculine enough to share that to the world, that just takes that. I'm telling you, when I trip and fall, if I land on that, oh my goodness. And so, today, the only permit, and I've talked to other men about this, that it's not fair that so many men don't get a chance to show that side. It is not fair, and I don't care what race of men. Men in general don't get that permission to release that. And some time ago, someone, and I read this somewhere. Someone wrote a book on this, that men or boys, I can't remember, cry bullet, and it's so sad but true. And because of that, and it was one guy that tried to talk to me just maybe some months ago, and I heard him. Of course, he opened the door for me, but I heard him say he was on the phone with someone. He said, "I'm not nice," as he opened the door for me. But and sad to say, that's the only expression that so many guys can share. So when I hear the Mark Davids and so many others get a chance to express that, and again, that's masculine enough to share that. So many of us women, hands down, we value that. So again, thank you.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because this is, man, we got to be tough, right? And but there's a time and place for everything, and it's okay to show your wife emotions. We have emotions too, and not as much as women. Women are more caring and nurturing, and than us men, but we do have emotions too, and that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. I don't know. I'm sorry. What's your name, sweetheart? I'm so sorry. I didn't get your name.
Oh, dang. Did I say that right? Dang, Dion?
Yes, my name is Dion.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Dion. If Dion wants to go ahead and go, that's fine. I'm wait.
Oh, I didn't know if she had a poem.
Oh,
okay.
I
don't have one.
She was commenting on Eve on that interview.
Oh, okay. I love that point. That was an excellent point. That really was.
Yeah. So, and you could come if you guys want to come up and say a few things. Just make it brief, and if you don't have a poem, I'll let you guys come up. Somebody asked my email address is roadrunnernm89@gmail.com. It's also in the description box, and it's also on my community page. So if you want to send me an email, okay. I know I put it up earlier, but that was the wrong one I did first. And I tried to delete it, but it only gives me the option to block or put in timeout. I don't want to block myself or put myself in timeout. So it's up there, but this is the correct one. Just be after Roadrunner, make sure you put NM and 89. Okay.
To go along with that comment, I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know, whenever you want me to go, Brent, I will. But to go along with that comment, I think too, to go along with her comment, I think it's so rude to ask a woman once she hit a certain age to ask her, are you guys gonna have children? That's equivalent to asking a woman her age. I mean, to ask her age. I think that's kind of rude anyway. Someone else touched on that. Nowadays, because of women having so many fertility problems, so once you hit a certain age, you shouldn't ask that anyways. So
and that probably hurt a little bit. Sorry, I'm eating some candy, but it hurt. I'm sure it hurt because, like you're saying, she was struggling with having children. So that's going to tear her up. And he was probably like, well, if we could have kids, we will. If not, that's fine. Sometimes women have problems having kids. I know with my wife, we have 3 kids. My wife could get pregnant, no problem, but giving birth was complicated for my wife. And I almost lost my wife on our youngest daughter because she went into cardiac arrest, and it was close. I mean, So, and I don't want to go into that because then I'll get emotional because that was a tough time in my life. But we got through it. But yeah, I didn't really. It's amazing you guys caught that, but that is rude because you shouldn't ask that unless maybe she wants you to ask it, or if you don't know, because there's many women that have problems either getting pregnant or giving birth. But yeah,
something as personal as that, and with her.
Yeah, that's between her and her husband.
Yeah, and with her celebrity status, they should have ran that by her first. They should have asked her, "Is it okay?" Period. But even more so with her celebrity status, they should have been asking her, "Is that okay?"
Are you ending this live soon?
Huh?
Are you ending this live soon?
Maybe. I don't know. It just however long it takes. Why? Did you have something you wanted to say? Or
Oh, I see. I don't know exactly what you said about the video, the breakdown of Eve's interview, but it was a few things. Because my thing is, I know that as a white man, there's certain things you can't say, and I can tell that, because the thing is, if you point out every little thing, like that man was very disrespectful. He said a lot of things that was very disingenuous, and he did not mean, like he just said a lot of things, and I kind of listened to what you were saying, but I know there's certain things you can't say depending on who you are, because there's certain things as a Black woman I can't say. So I'm keeping that in mind too. Not saying that you're scared or you're not going to speak on it. I just feel like certain things you can't say on YouTube, especially if you have a platform.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you're right. And being a white guy, I do have to keep it PC. I got to be a bit politically correct. And there's some things I will say that other white men won't. But I am careful because I have to be. Because I don't want the perception that I'm doing this channel because I don't like Black men. Because people, send me comments. Oh, you're doing it because you hate Black men, and you're just siding with black women to attack. No, that's not what I'm doing at all. I don't have no issues with Black men whatsoever. Now, the women that come in, some are hurt, some will vent, some will go in on Black men because of what they've been through. Okay, that's their experience. And I gotta do disclaimers, and I gotta keep saying this because people take what I say when I say stats. Okay, when the black community, the marriage rates aren't so good, and I say you need to open up your options, it's not to get away from black men. It's there's there's more black women than black men. So logically, if you want a chance at getting married, you have to open up your options. Somebody has to, or else some people ain't going to get married. And that's just something I'll say, but people twist it and say, no, you're trying to destroy. No, I'm not. Um, but yeah, there's some certain things I can't say. Um, and sometimes women will come and vent and people will attack me for what they say. No, and I don't have no problem with someone telling their experience and going in on that individual, and that's what they're doing basically. But some people take it in the collective sense. If you're attacking one, you're attacking all. And no, but I get what you're saying, but I do have to, there's certain things I can't say that a black man can say. He could go in and attack me and um racially or whatever, but I can't go back as hard because of you know what I'm saying? It's
Can I
um
say something to that?
and
I'll be done.
yeah, I wouldn't want to do that, but that's just how I feel, and I am careful because I have to be. Yeah, go ahead and say sorry.
Um, but it's unfortunate, but the channel that you're creating, you will attract a lot of black women, especially a lot of black women who haven't had a chance to be heard. And I'm not saying that they should flock to your channel and just start venting. Me personally, even though I have a bad experience with them, I would never come to a man's platform and just spew all the things I've been through.
Yeah.
It's just that's just how I am. But there will be a lot of black women like that, because the thing is, black men will be so mad at you for creating a platform for black women, right? Or interracial couples, right? But they have not created a space for black women to vent. They haven't created a space for us to be safe, protected, or to be understood in any way, not even for little girls. So when you do have those black women who do come to your channel and vent about them, it's not that they hate them. It's not that they still are holding
Yeah.
on to hurt. It's just that we literally don't have a space. So when they do see a man who's creating that space, you're just so happen to be white.
No,
And that's
I
have no control over. Like, if you're so mad at him, why don't you create the space for black women to vent? Don't bash another man for doing something that you should have been doing. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And it's just all hate and envy.
Yeah, and yeah, it's that. And I got to be careful with that too. I can't, like you said, I can't let everybody come up and vent. Then we just got chaos. But most of the ladies that come on, honestly, are very respectful, and they'll vent and be done with it. Sometimes, we get some women that vent a little more than others. And I don't see that as a total problem. It can be a problem if everybody just did it, because then it'd be chaos. But I don't want to stop nobody from venting. But sometimes I gotta, you know, cut it down a little bit. And that's why I always say, and I tell people, if you want to vent, you can email me and I'll get on the computer and I'll even do a Zoom call with you and let you just let it out. Because I think us as people should help each other out. And you're right. I don't see spaces for black women to vent. I mean, there's women channels, that speak about interracial relationships or divestment and stuff, and they can vent on that. But there's no men creating that space, and I want to have a safe space. I do, and there's certain people I will not let on my panel, and I've learned from the past not to do that. But black women are dear to my heart. I have love for black women. I think black women are amazing. I've been blessed from the black women I've been around my whole life. And and I just have that love. I do. Whether my wife, I mean, I love my wife above all women, of course, but black women that I've had interaction with has been pleasant. It's been a blessing. And I see some of the things you ladies go through, and I feel bad, and I pray, and and I see the true treasure that you guys are. I see the character that black women have, you know. And statistics are bearing that out. You guys are doing amazing things. Is there bad black women? Sure, as any other group. But I do want a safe space, and I want to allow someone to vent. I don't want to have a venting show because then we just stir up emotions and stuff. But I have no problem with someone coming in and venting on their relationship. And I always tell them it's not that she's going in on the man, it's that individual. And for the most part, the ladies have been very kind and respectful. I haven't really had a problem with people just flooding my show to vent. But anyway, but
Well, Brent, you want me to go ahead and read the poem?
yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. So we can go ahead and do that.
And if you guys want to come up and read a poem, it's still open. I'll put the link up there if any more wants to come up. And thank you, Mark, for coming up. And Dion,
Mark,
thank you for coming up too. I appreciate your input.
Okay, Mark, I'll be emailing you. I did get with you, but I'll actually be I'll be following up on you a little bit more. Okay, thank you so much. And your poem was great, by the way. And as I said before, Brent, you did an excellent job. And I'll be getting with you. If not after the show, I'll probably get with you probably tomorrow, if not after the show. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay. So like I said, this poem is called Morphed because so I'll probably be stumbling and fumbling over it a little bit because one part of this is from years ago and the other one I just composed earlier. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It says, you keep calling my name, hoping I will answer, but I choose to ignore. I choose to not recognize this plea because your face don't fit. Your face doesn't picture that was so clear in my mind's eye. I saw the face of another. I saw that other face to see. The face of a character that befits the one who holds the vision of a future for the both of us. Your face resembles that of a vicious creature seeking to devour, to mutilate, to behold and destroy without a cause. Your face doesn't fit the image posed in my head. It doesn't fit the view composed, especially for the both of us. Your face was carved with no meaning for someone such as yourself, nor for the good in me. It was designed and destined to destroy with a wicked purpose. It was molded with a touch of evil and a spark of malice. Your face doesn't fit the purpose for a person such as me. It doesn't fit the lover that resides within the woman in me. Your face doesn't fit the challenge. It doesn't fit who we are. It doesn't fit the kind of person such as I. Your face doesn't fit who we are to feel as a kind. Your face is riddled with pain and agony, begging to be fed toxins of fever and vipers of unattractions. Ill treatment is what lies and rests for me when I look into your eyes, reminding me once again to retreat unto another. It rests from over there, all due to the fact of your face not having the proper fit. No, you are a liar of lies and hurts of every pain. Your face, oh my goodness, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit anyone with pleasures. Actually, your face, it has pleasures of love in you. Your face spills forth daggers wrapped in filth and dipped into poverty of emotionless, handicapped with workers of your nature and blinded by truths that would set me free. Sometimes not just of men, but sometimes of women that looks like me. Instead of dismissals of such a pain, you remind me in clear contact with those shakes that shakes hands with you, shakes hands with me. Your hands, it sometimes models themselves after you, hoping to feel the severe punishments of realities and cuffs, faces coming from yours, and continues to show time after time, again after again and again and again and again, time after time, all the while looking like laughs and giggles, winking and embracing the dooms that is upon you, all because your face it simply doesn't fit. White lies. My white lies. I finally have a face to match the truth. A truth wrapped in lies that have been whispered from the hue that drips mixtures upon you. Lied are what I spew from dawn to night, noon. Yes, even in noon. And not because of you, but due to all of what I only knew. Dark secrets painted in wishful thinking and trauma bonds of keeping waiting. Empty promises, cold ring fingers, dust-filled wedding gowns. Funny white lies. I was told you will all sound alike. Well, do you? Do you stand generalized or do you stand alone? Most will say that as long as the lie is white. That divestment, is that a safe investment? Well, please allow my digestment, my future love. From my past gazes and current visions, my enforced worth doesn't see color. No, my enforced worth doesn't see color. No, I giggle. Mm-mm. See, a lie is a lie, as they say. I refuse to color it in any shade. Because if you put it in a shade, then you give it an excuse. It is only led by a 20/20 love, not a 40/60, not a 50/50, but a 20/20. A pure love, a love that holds, that baptizes, that sounds, that sing. But India, I read, I am ready for love. It has to be on key. It has to be the type of love that's ready for you and me. See, that love, it has to be responding to my every need. See, it has to be a love that says, I bet you I'm ready to give you what you need. To give me every need not with a beta grump nor estrogen groan. No, you have to say you need a love that sings high pitches, not a low vibrational tone. No. No, you don't need my untold non-Black truth. You pour into my leaks of weeks, cuts, whips, trips, falls, touches from the ones that we never asked from, even the ones that from our own 4-bedroom walls. See? And when it's drifting away from what you know your position as the head is from our God up above expects from you and speaks what he detests, which is a lie. Yeah, see, that's one of the 7 things that he detests. See, when you tell a lie, then you lie to not just me, you lie to him too. See, that's when your prayers hit the ceiling and bounce back down to the mire that we all hate. Then you will not nurture my insecurities. See, when you see that lie bouncing back to your face and resting back onto your palate, that you know that you will want to spat out. So when you spit that back out, see, you will be looking back at it. And that is something you don't want to see. See, I need that type of love. See, I need that type of truth. See, you will not nurture my insecurities once again. Rather, you will search for them and you will love on them. You, my king, will find my strength and sing. You will sing a Michael Bolton lullaby. Baby, 'cause I'm missing you now. And our love will be colorless truth. That's entitled Morph Love.
Wow. That's amazing, Sunkissed. Gosh, listening to that, I mean, wow. You're digging deep. I mean,
thank you.
And that is touching. That is, oh man. And I would say, guys, if you could dig deep into a woman's heart, like Sunkissed is sharing with us, I mean, if you could tap into that, it just, wow. I'm just speechless. That was
Excuse the
beautiful.
singing. Excuse the singing, but other than that, I mean it.
No, the singing was good too. You got a good voice.
It was bad, but thank you. But anyway.
But yeah, I could tell you're coming from the heart with that, and what I get out of it is that's the love you want, you desire. That's what's coming from the heart and soul that you want to experience with the man that you deserve to have. To have that love that goes deep. And I've been listening to you talk, Sunkissed, and a lot of things hit really deep. Like the other live, you were saying that the man needs to come in and make love before you get to the bedroom. And you said that, and that is so true. It's like you can feel the love without even being physical with it. It's like spiritual. It goes straight to the heart, in your soul. And it's like you're in love without the physical part of it. Because love there's so many different parts of love. We look at it as the physical, the sexual, but it's way beyond that. It goes through the heart, the spirit, the soul. And, and if we were more patient, you know, and we actually came together in marriage and did it the right way, when we would be making love before we actually do it, and when it came to that, it would make it so much better,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because it's like love complements every factor of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so many times us as people, we look in the physical and what feels good physically instead of going deeper with it.
Mm-hmm.
And listening to your poem, I was thinking about that. What you said and what you're saying in the poem, it's like we're not loving each other the right way. We're not doing it God's way. We're selling ourselves short. Both
Mm-hmm.
men and women, we are. And that's why we don't have marriages that last. That's why we're having relationships with multiple people, because we're not feeling real love. Yeah, the physical part, and it's great, yeah, but there's more to it than that. And we're not digging deep. And
Mm-hmm.
from your poem, I would say we need to dig deeper, both men and women of all racial groups. Dig deep to get the true love that you can give and receive. And that's perfect love. And it all comes together. It's like you can have it all, but we only settle for what's satisfying at the time instead of you know what lasts forever. But yeah, that's what I got out of it. And it was amazing. And when I was hearing you tell your poem, you reminded me of that. I don't know that lady's name, that black lady, but she speaks, and she'll talk in poetry, and she'll say things about life, family, and you had a voice like her, and I was like, wow, you could probably go on and just speak this, and it was amazing because
Right. Thank you. Again, it's a lot of black women that goes after each other to try to undercut, as you and I talked about before. Um, a lot of this poetry, the white light. Again, this is so many things that are morphed into this poem. There are so many black women that has tried to undercut me, that tries to come on your platform to try to undercut me, to try to knock me down because you have embraced me. To try to come up. You and I have talked about some of the things that you have experienced. Black men having a hard time with black women wanting to divest to come towards white men, and they come to try to undercut women that look like me, black women. Black women having a problem with us having a voice on your platform, if you will, because we want to express our pains, and wanting to undercut or trying to share with me, even with my own relatives, with me having what you are celebrating today with me and what you are wanting to make me do, which is have a voice with my poetry. A lot of these poems, I am telling the date on a lot of these poems because of you as a white man, and black men have tried to undercut me or to suppress or even oppress my voice when it comes to my trauma and when it comes to my what you're sharing with me today, because of what I with in my relatives, because of my all of my
yeah.
but anyways, thank you, because
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to have a voice, but all of my talents, thank you for this. But thank you. But a lot of times that happens. And this poem, I say all that to say this, Brent. These
Yeah.
poems are years old. Some of them are decades old. Goes back to me being 12 years old. Okay. And I believe me because of white men like you. And that is the reason why I'm so passionate in telling you thank you.
Oh,
These
thanks.
poems are coming
I
out.
appreciate.
They're coming out of my bins and coming out of my storage. I was not
Mhm.
going to put any effort into any of these because of you. And white men like Mark. I believe me. That is why. That's why these poems are morphed from old to new. Because I believe my pen from years ago into now. So these white lies are my white truths. Because these lies are colorless because I was told white lies. Because I was told white men were one thing. And they are colorless because of white men like you and Mark today. So that is why I thank you. So that's what I can dig deeper. So thank you so much.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That means a lot to me. And Sunkissed, they're going people that dig at you.
It doesn't bother me. I just wanted to give it a voice, to give you your recognition.
No, I appreciate it, but cling to those that love you. We love you here.
I do.
And the ladies here, we love you. I mean, there's always
I
people
believe the ones that
digging.
do. The ones that do, I believe you. And the ones that don't, I write these poems and I give it a voice and I read them for a reason. They know who I'm talking to. But thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that was an amazing poem. That was deep. And and listening to you, and you got a big heart and you dig deep. And I know there's a lot of love in your heart. There's beauty there, and there's hurt too. And sometimes you just got to express yourself and put it out there, and cling to the ones that love you. Um, we're flawed people. We dig at each other. We, um,
Listen,
but we,
there's imperfection and there is beyond that. And the ones that are imperfect, I rock with you because I am. I forgive you because I pray that you do for me. And they're the ones that are like Judas that kissed Jesus. And we'll leave it at that. And they know what they can do with that. They can do what Judas did. But my thing is, I say to you, thank you. I see you. And the ones that pretend to be unlike Judas, again, they know what they can do with that. I rock out with the ones that are imperfect, but that choose to try to do better. And that wants to acknowledge it, that owns it, that doesn't deflect, and that says, okay, I have to do better. I rock out with you because that's what I try to do every day. I'm big on being imperfect because I'm big on my imperfections. I just try to wake up and see how can I elevate from here every morning, and I rock out with those. And so again, I say to those ones, thank you. I rock out with you because I want you to do the same with my imperfections, and as I try to do better. So I'm not beyond that, and I don't want to claim to because I'm a speck of dust, and I just pray that you knock off my dust off your shoulder every day because I try to do the same for others. That's not what I'm saying. Again, I rock out with you, and you all know who I'm talking about in the chat. But you, Brent, one imperfect small person to another, I thank you for this. I thank you for seeing me beyond my dust. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And that was a lovely poem. That was awesome. And yeah, I mean, and stuff you're saying, I could, some of the things you've said, I just like cling to. I'm like, oh my God, you're seeing true love, and it's coming out through your words.
That's why I'm 49 and still waiting. I refuse to settle.
Yeah. And, no woman should settle for less. I mean, the man that comes in her life should love her with all his heart and give all of him to her. And
I don't want anybody to think I'm looking for perfection again because I'm so heavily flawed. That's why I'm in therapy. And I don't want to give to the next man what I refuse to settle for. You know what I'm saying? Because You know what I'm saying? That's why I see
Uh,
my flaws. That's why I'm in therapy. So I don't want anybody to think I'm looking for perfection, because I'm not.
Yeah, no, what you're saying is you don't want perfection, but you want you want true love. You want true love that
Mhm.
goes deep, that
Mhm.
has meaning, that's spiritual, that's emotional, that has passion, that
Mhm.
hits every level of love
Mhm.
that you can feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
I get it. And
Mhm.
you know, we're not perfect, but
Mhm.
we can experience perfect love. I believe that.
Mhm.
Very much so. Yes.
Yeah. With that flawed person, the next flawed person, and your flawed person, and you as a flawed person can get together and be perfect for one another with your
Yes.
imperfections. I truly believe that. And I look at you and Sandy, and I applaud you all the time. And I see other flawed people together, and they make their flawed imperfections work. And I say, if they can do that, then I know my flawed person is out there. So, and I
Yeah.
know that. And I've been proposed to by several different guys, but when I get to know them, I'm thinking, I know he's perfect for someone else. He's just not perfect for me. And that's okay. That's okay. And
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. You know.
Yeah, and that's good. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So that's okay. And I'm not saying that every black guy is horrible, because they're not. I know some nice black guys.
Yeah.
Again, they're not for me. And I always say, I follow Russell Wilson, and I follow Sierra, and I always shout them. I have them on this golden mountain, although I know they're imperfect.
Oh,
That is a black love.
hey,
That I think that's the number one
hey,
black love for me. That's black love, if you ask me.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
Speaking of Russell Wilson,
Hmm.
uh, he's going to play for the Broncos
Hmm.
next year, and I've been looking for his jersey, a Bronco jersey. I'm a Cowboys fan, but half my family loves the Broncos, so I
Hmm.
might just throw on a Bronco jersey part
Just,
of the
just,
season,
yeah,
just because I like the guy. Yeah,
yeah, I know. You
and
can't help it.
it's going to be an exciting year for football. It really is.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of him. I think he's a good guy. I think he's
yeah,
like a family man, and
yeah.
he's showing character. And
Hmm.
not only is he a great quarterback, of course, but
Hmm.
he's showing uh a family man. He
Yeah,
married Sierra, took her son
mm,
in, and
mm,
that's what we should do as men. The women
mm,
we love, marry them.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, I love Russell Wilson.
Hmm.
I think the guy's awesome. I mean,
He really is.
i- and he's like one in a million. There's men out there that have no character. There's men out there that are players that
Hmm.
don't care about family, but he's a family man. You can
He
tell,
is.
and
He
he's
is.
got and that's awesome. That's how a family should be.
That's the way it's supposed to be. And I always
Yep.
say that he's like your disclaimer, although no other channels has to put it. You have to put this claimer out there. You always do. But
Mhm.
the thing is, that's like a disclaimer. However, I don't allow myself to be bullied. I don't bully. But the thing is, we always do a disclaimer, but that's been healthy though. You always should keep I'm big on being balanced. I don't have a cult like mindset, so therefore I don't go and allow other people to push me way to the left or to the right. I like to be right in the middle. So I'm big on anything that's balanced, which again, Sierra and her husband and any other black couple that is balanced.
Mhm.
But if I choose to marry outside of my race, that is my choice, and I will not be bullied out of it. If I choose to marry someone, find a healthy black man, if I choose to, no one's going to bully me out of it. Right now, that is not where my mind is. And no one's going to
Yeah.
bully me out of it. And that's where
Yeah.
I'm rocking with. And I love what you and Sandy have, and I applaud you forever and ever and ever and ever. And I hold you to a high esteem. I love your love. I love you and Sandy's love, and I'm so happy for you too. And the more you love her, the more I will applaud you. The more you love her, the more you shout her out, the more you respect her, the more I will rock with you. And that's how I am with any man that loves his wife. That's how I always respect a guy. If he's married, that any of my friends that are male that are married, they all know that. That's how I always remain being friends with them, is how much they love their wives. And any of them, they can watch this right now and they can attest to that. However much you love your wife, that's how much I'll be your friend. And I mean that. I've always been that way. And anyone that knows me knows that. That's why I can say this on any channel. And I'm not afraid to say that worldwide. Because that's what I stand on, 10 toes down. And so that's why I rock with you. Is because how much you shout. That's what made me subscribe to your channel, is because how much you love your wife. You know. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and you know what? You know, all men should shout out their wives. We should. I mean, why not? And you know, my attraction to black women led me to my wife, and you know, and I tell my life story, and you know, you could see character in people if you're around them, and I've seen it in black women, and you know, people have accused me of a fetish and this and that or a desire, but if you look at my life, it's true love. It really is. Um, but
I'm sorry.
you know,
Yeah.
anyway, but yeah, I mean, I'm blessed to have the wife I do, and you know, it amazes me every day. And why wouldn't I shout her out? I'm trying to get her to do her own show on my channel. You know, I think that would be awesome. You know, but it's her choice. You know, I'm not going to try to force it. I enjoy when she comes on with me. And a lot of people asked, "Hey, is your wife going to do her show? Does she have her own channel?" You know, and I'm just like, well, I wish she did. But hey, believe. Good to see you. Um, but yeah, I mean, and but it is your choice, Sunkissed. Whatever you want, what path you choose is your path, and you know, and the man's race or whatever, what he looks like, that don't matter. It's the character inside, and you know, but it's your choice. I chose my path, um, you know, and many people told me I shouldn't choose that path because I was headed for disaster. Well, my marriage has outlasted all theirs, so I was headed for paradise. They didn't see it. I did, and you know, but anyway, you know, I enjoyed this show tonight, and I wish I had more poems coming on. Mark, thank you, and Sunkissed. That was really deep. You know, and I could tell that came straight from the heart, and that was, you know, amazing. You know, you ought to be. You might even think about being like a motivational speaker or someone that you do poetry, but maybe helps people with relationships and stuff, teaching them how to dig deep, how to really love each other. Um, I don't know if you ever thought about that. I mean, you know,
Well,
I know that.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just brainstorming because I was thinking, wow, because if I'm coming in for therapy, let's say me and my wife are having issues, you saying what you're saying might help people connect. You know what I mean? People that have problems with marriages, or you know, sometimes they got to dig deeper than what they're doing, and sometimes you can help people with that. I don't know. I just that I'm just brainstorming from what I hear, and some of the things you're saying, and I mean, you're saying a treasure trove of things. You know, when you said I want that man to make love before we hit the bedroom. And that's right. And it should be that way. But so many people don't think like that. So many people don't dig deep. So many people don't reach down. They don't go for everything that they want or that they need. Okay, we got someone on the panel. Interesting. Welcome.
Hi. Hi, Brent. Hi, Sunkiss.
Hi, how
Hello.
are you doing?
I'm okay. Rogan, you know who I am, but I'll just put interesting for today. But I'll email you and tell you who I am because you know who I am.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so Sunkiss, I just wanted to say you're very pretty.
Thank you. Appreciate
You're
that.
very pretty.
I value that.
And I was in the chat and then I'm like, oh my goodness, I just got to do what God say. So you're very pretty. And as a young Black woman, you don't really see that much Black older role models. You don't see it, and the young people need to appreciate when they see it. When you see it, you need to say something. Sometimes you may have an aunt. Like I had an aunt. She was probably like, I was 10 years old and she probably like 40 at the time, 50, but I was so fascinated by her skin because she didn't have wrinkles. So that may not have been something that little girls think of, but I was just like, she don't have no wrinkles. I always keep asking, like, you look so pretty. The reason was because I'm looking at when I turn 80, when I turn 90, I want to look like that, right? I want to look like what Sunkiss look like. So I have to see an example of it. No, I have to. If we don't see it, then how are we going to know? The white people have something to look at. The Black people, they really have. So sometimes you need to see some Black women come on the bus. They was older, and they had a nice jeans. It wasn't too tight. It was very cute. Looked like a mama jeans, like little cut up. And the hair was like gray. It was cut short. I was like, oh, that's cute. Okay, I see that look. So people say they have it, but they don't. And some people, when they get older, they just don't know how to dress. Like they don't know. They don't set an example. They're showing half their behind. It just don't look right. So I have to give you your props for that. Look real nice.
Thank you.
And also, I saw a little something in you that I saw in me, different from trauma. Trauma is good because when you come out of it, it's a blessing, and you can minister to people, help a lot of people. If you look at some of the people who are very successful, I'm going to use like Trump. If you look at things that he's been through, he went through some stuff, even though he has certain privileges.
Yeah, I did.
So,
I did see that some of his history. You're right.
Yeah. So even Martin Luther King, all these people, if you look at their background, even people in the army, some of the people in the army, when they come out, some of them, if they keep the faith, they become very successful. They how they come out of it. How the person, I see a girl on YouTube, she inspired me. I don't have that situation. She used her foot to write because she don't have no hands. She's Black. She does her makeup with her toes. So
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So I look at those things. I thank God every day for that. I thank God for when I see an older Black woman. I think they should be cherished. I think honestly they should have a little spot where they go, because honestly the older people are supposed to speak wisdom to the young people. And honestly, when I go to church, that's what I draw to. I draw to the older women. People say, oh, but some of them don't. No, you got to pick sense out of nonsense sometimes, because maybe it's just for a season God wants you around that person. So listen to what the person have to say and get information from that. Maybe it's not for you to stay all the time. Right? So that's what I was sitting in the chat. I'm like, gosh, I got to come up. I got to just tell her, I got to give her props. And your poem, you have to continue that. That's a part of your purpose, what God wants you to do. And the poems that you're writing, you're going to get attacks with it. People are going to attack you because your poem is going to bring more out of you. It's showing you. It's creating the being of who you are. You're expressing yourself. This is who you are. You're full of art. You're creative. This is who you are. The words that God gave you, that's who you are. Nobody can take that from you. Because when you leave this earth and you go before him, he's looking at you, not the people here. So you got to do what you got to do, because there's other females that's going to need the information you need, because tomorrow somebody could want to kill themselves and just your poem going to help save them. So you don't got no time right now to worry about nobody. And honestly, it's not just Sun Kids. Everybody, honestly, even on this live, God give you a gift. You need to be doing it. You really need to get busy, because there's a man. It doesn't matter black or white, and there is a woman. They are depressed. They're suicidal. They may need financial help, and God is saying you're supposed to do it, and you're busy doing something else.
Thank you.
You need to get busy. For the people, for the ones who have that serious gift and you're getting haters, you're gonna get haters. If you speak like that with a poem, how you not gonna get a hater? How can the devil's gonna be mad? You about to start what, this love connection? It's like, no, this can't happen.
Yeah.
Just wait. I keep pushing. You know what? Because a lot of times I have to go into a certain place to get that organic mood mindset, and it'll trigger me because of some childhood traumas. And so because every child wants to have that atta girl, and so some of those poems that I wrote, I share with someone that should have given me that.
Okay.
And when she didn't give it to me, I'm sorry. And I, so that's difficult.
There was something I heard.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome. My mom died during the COVID. I'm 35. She died during the COVID. She was 40 something.
Oh.
I'm good. Thank God. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. But
and
I'm
then
sorry.
right after that, my grandfather died.
Oh my!
He died because he was stressed, and I just kept giving everything to God, and I'm still holding up with my 3 girls, even though I've been with my spouse, and he left me for 5 years now for a light skinned girl. I still trust God, and that's why I'm still here on the live positive. And I sat down and I said, God, okay, I want to be removed from this situation, and all I keep thinking about is this next guy, and I'm just holding on to God. And every day that I wake up, because I've been asking God to get me out of this situation, and it's like every day I get up, I feel more better, more clearer. I think I have been celibate since. This is the first time I have been celibate like this. I've never did this in my life. When I look at Eve's situation, I laugh because I said it in the chat. And I saw Divested Ninja, and I was laughing because she was chatting me in the chat. And I said, Eve came from the ghetto into classy. So if she can do that, and I'm in the hood, then I can be classy too. And when I see you up there, and I said, I know that Sun Kids can be triggered, but she looked like she understand her trigger. And I know that I had a little anger problem that God been dealing me with. And what I learned is to write some of the things down so I don't be triggered. And like I'll just really just click off. You know when you know yourself? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So
my triggers used to be had it been this social media before, it would have gone viral. So trust your girl better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
I just want to say, hey, there's someone named Hey. Okay. Oh, hey. How's it going?
I'm good, you guys. I come here with questions. Just one question, quite loaded. But what is it that you do on your channel? I'm new here. I've never jumped into any of your stuff. I always see your videos recommended to me, and I just what are you doing? Just
what am I doing?
Yeah, what is your goal on this channel? I hope I'm not sounding antagonistic.
Well, okay. Here's what I do. I talk about interracial relationships, dating, marriage, and I share my life story, and I try to put a positive outlook on interracial relationships. How you can find a blessing from interracially dating or marriage. I'm just trying to show a positive outlook. And, I'm trying to show positivity when it comes to that. I try to show positivity when it comes to Black women. Um,
Ooh. Is it because you're doing it in response to negative reputations or negative stereotypes?
no,
Or you're not
not.
responding to anything?
I just do it because I want to do it because I want to share my blessings. I want to share a positive outlook on it. Um, I'm sharing my life. There's been so many times that and I've been married over 27 years that people
Whoa.
it wouldn't work. It just something's wrong with it. You know, but yeah, that's what I do. Um,
Mm,
I
okay.
just show a positive look on it.
All right. Thanks.
I
I just
mean,
needed to know. Thanks. I might as well.
okay,
Thank you.
all right.
You
Thanks for
got more patience than me because first of all, why do people come up on people's panel
I
to
don't
ask?
know.
But that's so disrespectful. Like you literally have a description, you literally have a whole channel. Take the time out, look at the videos, and you will see what this man talks about. Like, why do people do that? People
I
always do that.
I don't know. It just
Hey, interesting.
yeah.
Hey, interesting.
Yes.
Okay, could you were saying something really interesting. I'm sorry. You were it may not be your handle, but that should be your handle actually.
It is my, I know it's part of my calling. I definitely know that. But when I was in the chat, I just felt like hot and I'm like, God is like, you gotta speak. Because you see, when you don't do what God say to do, you get licks. Okay, so I'm speaking Caribbean. I'm just trying to speak American.
No,
Hey,
no,
You
no,
get
no.
yourself, you get
I'm
yourself.
following you.
Hey,
Look,
hold up, ladies.
I'm a poetess. So I'm following. I'm actually taking some of it away from you.
Okay. Hey,
As you
ladies.
see.
Hey,
Go,
Sunkissed. Hey,
yeah.
ladies. Hey, I gotta step out and use the bathroom. I'm sorry. You
No,
guys can talk real quick. I'll be right back.
okay.
I just have to step out.
No,
But
you're
go ahead.
fine. Nature
Go
is
ahead.
calling. Nature
Okay,
is calling.
yeah. Nature's
Okay.
calling. But I'll be right back. Thanks, guys.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
Okay. So interesting.
Yes.
You thank you for sharing this with me. My tears have they have dried up. Okay. I am literally in awe of what you have shared.
Amen.
I am, and you are on here encouraging me as a Black woman.
Amen.
That is what the purpose of this channel is for us to have a platform and for us to hold hands, arms, and for not only for us to lick each other's wounds, but to say it's okay. Whatever mood that you're in,
Right.
it's okay. Not to snatch each other down, take away from one another, but to say it's okay. Because so many other channels that are out there are doing the complete opposite. And yet you're doing exactly what the purpose of this channel is for. Now continue. I'm listening to you. I'm the type I'll listen to. I kind of taste either person's words as they speak to me. Go on. It's about you right now.
So when a person don't listen to God, like if God, you have a calling over your life and God tell you to do something, you don't listen, you get licks. So I'm going to use an example like this. I'm just using an example. One person, right? There was an example of a guy. He went to the church, and he got saved, and he decided to come out the church and go to a club. He got shot and died. The next one leave, and he didn't get shot and die. One person, or we don't got to use church, just regular. One person go out and they get a STD. Next person go out and they do a bunch of stuff and they don't get no STD. Everybody don't have the same. I'm trying to figure out the word.
Or outcome or
yeah.
Experience.
So for some people, they're gonna go through a lot, but God needs to use them. And in this time now, even though how the pandemic is going, it was definitely a time for us to just sit and just listen. And a lot of people gift was coming out, and it's not, the gift is not for you. People use YouTube and do a whole bunch of foolishness with it, and they're gonna have to hold account for this nonsense because people's lives are at stake. People literally come on these things. Some people are half dead coming on these things. They're giving up, and they're waiting for you to open your mouth and say something. It doesn't matter who it is. People depend on the YouTube. Some people depend on this for mentally. People are drained. It just could be that mother that's just giving up, and what you say matter. So what I like is to see the older Black women, because I'm tired of seeing them, some of them just lonely, is that they find love, like love, whether it's white, Black, Chinese, or Korean, but they find it and be happy and enjoy themselves, right? They still have sexual desires to enjoy that. That's what I look at. I think it's because God allowed me to look that way. Right? Because you can't just say, oh, because I'm 30, I only care about 30, because you're going to be 40, maybe you make it to 50, maybe you make it to 80. So you got to think when you're 80, oh, that's not going to be when I'm 80. You don't know because of how the Black community is. So that's the things I look at, because where I'm at, I see a lot of older Black women like that, and it just saddens me.
Yeah.
It's a burden that comes down on me from God, and it saddens my spirit. And those women, they come to me a lot, and they tell me their stories, how they're with their spouse, and it's been 8 years, and they haven't seen the man, and it's just, it just bothers me. And these women are pretty, they're not ugly, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, can you get out? Can you give this up? And they're like, no, I'm just holding on to God. And I said, I cannot do this. I'm not doing this. But all I know, that God been working on me, and I'm good. I'm happy. And I'm listening to what Bert is saying. I've always been interested in white guys. I don't have no problem with them. I'm moving on to new. I'm just thinking better now. Right? And even though I would love to see the Black woman, Black female to Black female love each other, I'm still using my boundaries. That's another assignment maybe for somebody else. But I'll just listen to what God say in the meantime. If I gotta click, I click. But I'm good.
Let me.
I like you.
Yeah.
You know, when you email Brent, can you give her my email if that's okay?
Yeah, if it's okay.
If it's okay with you, interesting. Whenever you choose, so it doesn't have to be right now. When you email, because you said you're going to email him, and whenever you're ready, you don't have to do it just until you're ready. If you can reach out to me with my, on my email,
okay,
and we'll talk.
Yeah, it's okay if I give it to her.
Yeah. It's just whenever she's ready to reach out. It doesn't have to be until she's ready, but I would love to continue this dialogue.
I want to say something. When the lady Hay, the real polite, nice troll, came up and was asking what my channel was about. I just had a thought. I was like, this YouTube thing is a neat thing because we could all come in our own space, and a lot of things we got in common we can talk about. Interracial marriage and dating, or some people thinking about it, or just there's some people that don't date interracially, don't want to, but they support me because some of them believe that I should be able to live my life how I want to live it. Me and my wife, and some people support it for that, and that's awesome. And it's that's one of the reasons I do it too. And there's so much positivity. And why would somebody I don't know, that was weird. I see you come on my recommendation, but what are you about? Watch a video, you'll know. Watch a couple of them.
You and I talked about the coming up on the feed. Brent, you and I talked about coming up on the feeds. Remember that we talked about that?
Yeah. You know what? and you're right, because some of the stuff that the channels that are linked kind of like mine, I don't get so many recommendations. I'm getting like the opposite. And it's like, what? I don't watch this guy. I don't watch them. They don't even like what I'm doing. Why are you recommending this? I don't know. Maybe it's like keywords or something. I don't know. It's just the algorithm of YouTube, maybe they got interracial dating or swirling, because look at the term swirling. How many people hate that?
Yeah, and it's derogatory. Yeah,
it's like a bad word, and it's like there's what's wrong with swirling? Black and white people dating each other? I mean, nothing wrong with that. You know, the part I would say would be the negative is doing it just to hook up or see what it's like. But if you're doing it because that's who you're attracted to and you want more out of it, because see, when I was in the swirling, I was looking for a wife. I wasn't looking for the experience, you know, and I graduated from swirler to investor. You know, the woman I'm attracted to, I married. So, I don't know. It just kind of strange how people get so offended by that word. I guess they think of it as all they're just hooking up, nothing's really there. But no, um, people do it because they really want something more. Some don't, but that's dating in general. Some people date just to date, nothing more. You know how many people in this world date their whole life and never get married? I mean, it's crazy. But yeah. But anyway, but
Oh, Brian, I wanted to tell you something.
yes.
Thank you for this today when you did the Vengeance is Mine.
Oh, yeah.
Because I almost took matters into my own hands. And then I was sitting down at the table and I'm like, I was upset. I was just upset. Something had happened. I was upset and I was getting irritated. I'm like, God, help me, help me. And then I saw Roadrunner thing pop up. So I pressed and said, Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. And I'm like, okay, let me listen. And then I hear you talking about forgiveness. And I said, okay, I have to pray for my enemies. So I started to pray and I felt calm. And I was like, you got to remember that vengeance is God, not yours. Don't fight anything. Just stay calm, stick with God, read the scriptures, fast and pray, and let God deal with this. Because every time I do it that way, He deals with it in such a way, I literally sit back and just be like, oh my God, did you just make my enemy this humble? Are you making my enemies respect me? I've never seen this before in my life. So I just had to sit back and God was just explaining to me, look how much things I've done for you. And He was like, I love you so much that even when I know you're about to try to flip, I just put this video on right for you.
And that's the thing. Again, me speaking as an heavily flawed individual. Trust me. Every syllable that I just used, trust me. I want you to take every syllable. But the thing is,
yeah, I'm sorry. Dion popped off. You're welcome to come back. I don't know if we got the talking but sometimes StreamYard knocks you off.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead, ladies.
Every syllable, trust me. When I say heavily flawed, I want you to all just scrape every syllable I just used and just hold them to your chest when I say heavily flawed. So the thing is, I have to agree with everything you just said. When we try to take matters into our own hands, it goes around. I mean, it's so off. Everything, everybody around gets hurt. It's like trying to fight our own war. Everybody gets hurt. And people that we don't even want to get hurt, gets hurt. But whenever we take our stand, when He says stand still and let Him fight our battles for us.
Yeah.
When it's over, and then whenever in retrospect you go, oh my goodness, it's like it's almost scary because you go, oh wow,
right.
Had I done this, that would have happened, and you go, oh, I'm so glad I didn't do this or say this because that happened and that happened and that was covered and that back door was covered and this side door was covered and that. It's like all doors, every angle is covered for you, angles that you didn't even know existed. And so that's because it's just, and this is, I always have to use analogies. It's just like, for instance, being on an interstate. And you know how you sitting in traffic and you get frustrated because you're sitting in traffic. It happened to me the other day. And I was getting so frustrated because I was like, my life is like terribly busy. So I needed to get to an appointment and I was sitting in traffic and I wanted to go on with the shoulder, but I know that's illegal. And so I'm thinking, should I go around? And this car on my left side had blocked me. He was blocking me behind me. Of course, I couldn't go backwards. It was a truck in front of me. And then I thought about this analogy, and I thought it's the same thing like wanting to fight your own battle. And if everything is blocking you, you just can't see around you. And when you rely on our Heavenly Father, He's up above us. He can see all around you. We only see what's around us. So our vision is stifled. Our vision is marred because we're imperfect. But if we decide and we get frustrated and we want to try to fix the battle on our own, and we want to fight our own battles and go around on his shoulder and zoom and go around and try to do 90 to get up the interstate to exit. It could be 2 or 3, 4 cops on the shoulder waiting, and we can get a bad ticket.
Right.
Or it can be a bad accident, and we zoom and go around, and it could be some cars ahead, and we zoom up, and we can have a head-on collision. You never know what can happen.
Oh.
We can do more damage than good. And so if we just sit still and wait and be patient, eventually, you don't know, they can be getting ready to open everything up in a matter of 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 1 minute. We don't know. So the thing is, if we sit still and wait, everything may open up, and then life is okay. We don't know, but we have to be patient and wait. It's the same. It's equivalent to waiting on our Heavenly Father. Just wait on him. And if we wait, we'll be glad that we did in the long run. It's just like waiting for him, just standing still and letting him fight our battles, and everything will be covered all around us, even angles we just don't even see on our own. So that's what I love.
Hey, I want to say something. J10, go ahead and come back up. She's come back up and got knocked down some reason.
J10.
Yeah, I would love to hear from her. I'm just come up, J10. We're waiting for you. Let me put the link back up.
J10.
I was like, I saw her, and I was like, I saw Jay, and then I'm like, is that her? And then I saw J10. I was like, yes, come up. Come up, young lady. We'd love to talk to you, J10.
We want a J 10 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm telling you, interesting. You're so right. I have to say, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's hard to do, for a person like me, anyways, because like I said, my flaws are just oozing everywhere, So, but it is difficult for me too. So, and I'm Sun-Kissed from the block. So you know how your girl got those elements in her. So yeah. It really is hard.
Yeah. Don't be confused by the rocks that she's got.
I love it. There you go. I love it. That is so funny. I love it. Exactly. I have to say. That is so funny.
Brent got Jones.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh my goodness. I love it.
Step aside, J-Lo. Sun-Kissed is
that is so funny. There you go.
Yeah, Brent. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see more white guys come on the panel. Can't wait for this new journey. I'm excited listening to you. I'm really shouting because I just really want these white guys to have them come on these panels. Like
I do too. I'm going to get a few of them up here. And I see you guys in there. Come on up. Yeah.
We were saying we want them to play that music, white boys. Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Look, remember, what was that Martin said when he said, I got my eye on you, when he said it. we want y'all to come on up. Come on down. But yeah. But Brent was saying he has some good shows in the future. So hopefully that's the case.
Yeah, I got some ideas. I'm going I need to bring my friend Brian back up that I work with. The video we did together did pretty well, even though I overtalked him through the whole thing. But I was trying to protect him because I kind of threw him out there at the last minute because when I did that video, I was supposed to have 5 people on the panel. Nobody showed up. And I was like, Brian, hey, can you come on? I gave him a call at home. I said, he says, yeah, well, what are we talking about? And he was like, well, interracial relationships, because he was married to a black woman for several years. He's got a biracial son, and his wife now's Hispanic. But he's always talked to me how he always loved black women, how they were beautiful, and how they're just awesome. He like says the same things that I do. He sees the quality, and so I said, yeah, do a show. He says, okay, but you got to kind of don't leave me out there not knowing what to say. So I was like, okay, I got you. So I kind of overdid it. But I'm gonna bring him back on. There's a few other videos I did with him, and he's fun to do a video with. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to get I want to do an all man panel, and guys, I want to do us guys, and we're going. And I need you guys to email me. We need to schedule this and have a show with all men, all white men or non-black men. It could be Asian, Hispanic, I don't care. But talking about how we feel about black women. And I want the guys that truly love black women, not the ones that are like, oh, that would be fun. I want to know that have true love. That I want to give the ladies our perspective. And I might bring a couple ladies on, maybe and Sunkiss, you might be interested in this. Maybe have a couple ladies ask us questions, kind of pick our brain, see what we think about you, and maybe we can learn about each other. And there's men in this channel. There's quite a few. You guys are out there. Come on, give me an email. We'll set this up. And I do have guys that come on, but it's mostly women, and I would like to get a balance here, but yeah, I'm looking towards that. If I don't, I might even get some guys from work and stuff. So
that'll be fun.
Mark says count them in. Sure.
All right, Marky Mark.
Yeah, Marky Mark from across the pond there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm thinking about doing that, ladies. And I got some ideas. And if you got ideas for me, just shoot me an email. And if you want to do a one-on-one, I leave that open to you guys. If you're in an interracial relationship, or you've been married and I want to do another show on interracial marriages that have lasted long-term interracial marriages. If you've been married 10 years, 20 years, 30, 40, I want to hear from you. I want to do a show with you where we can talk about our experiences, where the younger people can listen to us and get what we've been through and how we dealt with it, and kind of pick our brain. I mean, I've been married over 27 years. And before then, I was interracially dating back to 1985. So I'm old, right? But I got a lot of experiences, a lot of stuff that I've seen and I've been through. And, that could help you starting out. And, I want to do a show on that too. But I got to get people in and, but anyway, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. And J10, are you coming up? I don't know what happened. She was up in the studio and
I didn't see her. I can't see anyways. I don't have my glasses on, so.
No, she's not there now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that will be fun. That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I think it would be great. I got some ideas, but we're going tap into some other things, and but I thank you ladies for coming up. You know, Sunkissed, you know, you have a big heart, and I can see you got a lot of passion. And
Thank
a
you.
man that wins over your heart wins over a treasure of a lifetime.
Thank
And
you.
you know, I see the beauty in you that's coming. You know, you're a beautiful woman, but coming from the heart also, I see that beauty. I see it coming out in your words. I see, you know, and it's awesome. And you know, and stick with that poetry. You could be, I believe you could be a poet, you could be a motivational speaker. I think you could help others
Yeah.
to reach down deep. And you know, and I'm not just saying that because you're my friend. I'm being honest.
Thank you. You know, I thought about I was going to take up some poetry classes. I thought I needed some work. I mean, which I do. I still think I do. I'm just took up some class. I just signed up for some more class. My schedule is so busy, but I just
Yeah.
took up some more some more poetry classes. But because I was thinking I really do need to. I don't. You know how other people see more than what you see in yourself. And I don't want to change that. I really don't want to change that. To a certain degree, I really don't. Because, you know, some people get beside themselves, you know. It's always room for growth. I don't care who you are or what you are. It's always
It is.
room for growth. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. And yeah, just you get ideas from other people and stuff. Even world class athletes will watch each other
Yeah.
and see
Yeah.
how they can uh they'll watch each other and see how they could perfect their technique even
Right.
better. You know,
Right.
yeah, no doubt.
So yeah, but thank you. You're like my big brother / dad, because like that's what made me take up the classes. Because I was like, well, Brent said I can do it. If he says I can do it, then I can do it better. You know.
Oh, nice.
So really, it's like I have you in my ear. So that's what made me pick up everything and say, oh, let me try it. You know. I actually just told my aunt about you, and because she reached out to me, and I actually told her to watch me tonight on your
Oh,
channel.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I
All right.
felt comfortable enough to tell her. So again, because of you, and I told her about Mark, and
Okay.
so yeah, because you thanks, and it's so much more I'll tell you about, but you know, behind the scenes, but because of what you have made me feel confident enough, because I truly didn't believe this. I did not believe it, but I just thought, okay, well, let me just shoot them this to help them to understand where I'm coming from for what a woman needs when we talk about the something new and how to break down the barriers. But you helped me to say, oh, really, I can do this. And most people look at people from an exterior and think, oh, well, she knows or he knows, you know, and you'll be surprised. Not that I think a little of myself. It's not that. It's just that when it comes to a person's craft, a lot of times they don't, because again, words carry power when it comes to when someone means a lot to that person, such as a parent or their lover or whatever. Now I don't really care about what, you know, other people that I don't know. Because a lot of times a person
Mark,
but the thing is, when it comes to that, but someone like you, because you're such a sweetheart, I'm like, oh, you know, and because of what we have been told about the quote unquote white lie, that means a lot to me, you know. You guys mean a lot. So thank
I
you.
appreciate that. And Mark says you don't need to. Poetry comes from the heart. And that's coming from
the classes?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, you guys, you're so sweet. You don't think I need? Well, that means a lot coming from Mark.
Yeah.
Really?
He's a subject matter expert on that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting with my mouth open. Okay, look, I'm like, thanks so much. That means a lot.
They're gonna, Sunkiss, they're gonna see it in you. When you go to the class, they're gonna see it in you anyway.
Yeah.
They're gonna see it. You just know talent when it comes, and you just know it. So they're gonna see it. When you go in a poetry class, they're gonna see it, and they're gonna flock to you. They're gonna know it.
Then you're gonna be They're going to be saying,
Celebrity.
Sunkissed, can you help me with my poem, Sunkissed? How do I do this? Sunkissed.
You know what? And the thing is, at first I was like, I always said, "Oh, you're so kind." And I've heard over the years people saying this to me, and I used to seriously though, when I was training for my first marathon, and I told you I was running 19 miles an hour, and marathon is 26.2, and I went to the gym and I was training. The guys would say, "Oh, you're like a beast," and all that, and I was like, "Oh, you're so kind," because that's the right thing to do, to say. And I would think, they just, and of course they would, guys, what guys are starting to say and do. And I would go, whatever, that's their way of trying to, and I would say they're just being kind. And I believe you all now. Now that I'm 49, almost 100, now I'm starting to believe people, And you guys are so sweet. I honestly, all these years, it's so important to really pour into your children. Here I'm going, seriously, I'm almost 100, half of 100. And now I'm going, oh, I guess they were meaning it. Because honestly, when people would say this to me, I would go, oh, they're so kind, and go on. I believe you all now, Thank you so much. This really is eye-opening, and I really, truly, honestly mean this. I would think people would just be nice to me. Thank you. Honestly, when people say these things right now, what you guys are saying, people will say, no, we're not just being kind. I'll go, okay, oh, okay, that's kind. That's nice. That's you're not being kind. Thank you for being kind. I really was and seriously, up until now, I really was just thinking that, because again, if the person that birthed you or the person that got you, if they don't tell you that, you really don't believe it. You just think people being nice, That's so sad. But yeah. And the thing is, I would say this to other people, and when I would say, no, you really are XYZ, and I would go, why don't you believe it? Now I see why people didn't believe, because if they don't get it from home, then of course they're not going to believe it. So
yeah.
I don't know, but hopefully, who knows? I don't know who your husband's gonna be. What if he's a white guy? Who knows? A beautiful white guy, and he's gonna be able to understand you, and you're gonna be able to vent to him, and he's gonna be able to manage it. Because this is the thing with spouses, and this is why I literally tell people, leave other people, husband alone and wives alone, because those people, when they get together, you don't know what the next spouse, if that next spouse is crazy and the other spouse is praying for them. That's how they click. So you leave them two alone. They grow together. They grow together. But when you get your spouse, he's going to understand your trauma. He's going to be able to hold it. You're going to be okay. He's going to be okay. Your poems is going to make him feel sweet. You're going to make him feel sweet. Y'all just going to connect and bloom. Y'all just going to just be you. Just going to be you. Just like Brent and his wife is them. You're just going to connect. Like every flowers is not the same. It's all type of different flowers, tropical trees, and all type of different stuff. So everybody's different.
Hey, interesting. Would you mind if I ask this? Just listening to your accent, where are you from?
No, I'm born here. My family is Jamaican.
Oh, you're Jamaican?
No, my family is Jamaican. I'm born here.
Oh, you're born here? Okay, you just got an accent. It's a nice accent. It is beautiful. I like it. I was just curious where you're from. Yeah. Okay.
It's funny. I'm sitting here. You guys are. It's like you guys are like therapy for me right now. It's like I'm going. Well, who do I sign a check and give it to? I'm going. Oh my goodness, because I'm so used to pouring into. I'm going. Oh my goodness, this is, and I'm getting therapy. I'm like, I need to stop paying the money because I'm. And I get the therapy, but I'm sitting here and I'm going. Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And honestly, I'm just happy. I'm literally happy. And this is how people give. You don't have to just give money. You can give your gifts. I'm just happy just by speaking. That's how I feel good. Just knowing that somebody else feel good. That's positivity. That's God. So I feel good because I did my part. I came up here and I did my part. What God told me to do. I can go to my bed. I'm fine. You gotta pour into somebody else. Pour into somebody else and uplift them. Right? You gotta do what God said to do, so that God can bless you back.
I can tell you're genuine. You're genuine. I can tell this is it's you have just put some sunlight on my melanin, honey. You are really, this is so needed because but this is so eye-opening for me right now. Seriously, because I'm so used to, I mean, and when I hear others say things, I'm like, oh, this is so sweet. And I'm like, oh wow, oh really? Because I'm so used to just I don't want to talk too much, but this is really eye-opening. Seriously, when I would hear different ones say something, I would just go, oh, that's so sweet, that's so kind. But here lately, within the past week or two, even hearing certain ones say comments or whatever, I'm like, that is really sweet. And I think it's because I put my poetry away for so many years. I'm like blowing dust off this poetry. Seriously, literally. And when I would run or just get different accolades or whatever, I wasn't used to hearing anything. I would just go, okay, this is just what I do. I don't expect to get it from certain ones around me. Those who are supposed to be the closest to me, I just do it and don't expect anything. I just never expect anything. So when I would hear different ones outside of, just strangers or whatever, I would go, oh, they're just being kind, because you don't get it from the closest ones. So I got used to that. So then when other ones that I encountered over the years, you see certain things behind it. So of course you don't expect. But now that I'm starting to let my guards down around certain ones after I have vetted it and examined it, and I'm going, okay. And once they have earned it, I go, okay, I can let my guards down. And so now that I can embrace it, I'm going from certain ones, and then I can, with me being an empath and with me doing the work, I'm going, oh, now I'm going, oh, this is what this feels like. This is what trust feels like when it comes to certain ones. And so now that I'm hearing it from you, I'm going, oh, okay, this is what this feels like. So again, I thank you. I thank you amongst certain other ones that I thank. So this is what this feels like, because I have done some things that I'm going, this is riveting. You have no idea. So yeah, you've done a good deed. So thank you once again. Interesting. Thank you.
I can just say one thing, Brent. I can just tell you one thing I did, which is kind of weird. It's not kind of weird. Nothing is weird when you're doing it because God tell you to do it. I went to the therapy because I couldn't deal with my mom, right? Because just some things. So when I went to the therapist, I'm not having a problem with white people. I'm fine with them. I'll go to them. But that wasn't my problem. My problem was with Black females. So
you must email me.
So when I went to the therapy, I said I have to challenge myself, literally, because I said something is wrong. I have to be able to not be angry when I speak to another Black female. Even if the person is angry, I have to balance myself, because it's not that they angry because it's with me. It's something else. This is something else. This thing is bigger than what it is, and the curse have to be broken, right? Somebody got to be the bigger person. So I'm like, okay, I can't keep going on like this in my life. I want to talk to other Black females. I understand one of them may hurt me and two of them may hurt me, but I don't want to judge all of them the same way, right? Because they're not all the same. So when I went, I looked for a Black therapist woman. And this lady didn't hurt me or nothing. She didn't do anything wrong. But when I saw her, I just had a nasty attitude. And God was telling me about it. He said, why you have such a nasty attitude with her? This lady didn't do you anything. And I'm just like, it took me a month. I've been with her now for 2 years. And I'm ready to tell her, I told her, I said, I can deal with Black women now. I can deal with an older Black woman. I can deal with a younger Black woman. And I know when to click off. And she's like, I'm proud of you. And I'm like, I'm happy, because if I can deal with you, I can deal with my family.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet. So you have to take. Hey, I'm ready for love.
Hey,
you have to teach me. But thank you for this. You just taught me something. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Hey, let me, Single Vortex came up. Hey, Single Vortex, I want to ask you something.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
You said in the chat that the link was messing up.
Yeah, just a little bit. It was glitching for a couple of
Okay,
people. So
cause
hopefully J10 will
yeah,
come back and everything.
yeah, I want to talk to J10. I wish she would come on. Gosh,
I
I've been
know.
waiting. J10, come in, please. The link is there. But yeah, welcome to the panel.
Thank you. I did want to just share just a couple of poems. Some of the, well, they're not mine. I have
Okay,
one that I already shared with somebody else, but um, these are just ones that I thought were very
okay,
positive and something very comforting for all of us to share with each other because at times we do have moments in life where we wish to have good people around us, genuine
yeah.
people. And so one of them I wanted to share with you is by Anne Campbell. And it's reading, There is always a place for you. And it says, There is always a place for you at my table. You never need be invited. I'll share every crust as long I am able. As long as I'm able. I know you will be delighted. There's always a place for you by my fire, and though it may burn to embers, if warmth and good cheer are your desire, the friend of your heart remembers. There is always a place for you by my side, and should the years tear us apart, I will face lonely moments more satisfied with a place for you in my heart.
Nice.
So I
And
just thought that was something that is comforting for everyone because it's from
Yeah.
Anne Campbell who wrote this, and it's from the book titled "Places Poems That Touch the Heart." You can find it at Barnes and Nobles, but I carry
oh,
this
okay.
one now because it has various poems for so many different emotions, so many different experiences, and everything else. And especially when it talks about the table, that's when I said, "Oh, I got to read this one." So.
Oh, okay.
Sounds good.
And then the next one is also, if you ever, I was surprised they have this. It's also a song. And just trying to find it real quick. Hold on. Let me just put myself on mute so that I can find it first.
Okay. All right. Just looking for the second poem, and then here shortly, ladies. I'm gonna have to shut down here in a little bit after she gets done with that poem. And man, we've been on for 2 hours and 47 minutes. Wow,
Time flies when you're having fun. They
it
said.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found it. So I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
All
Okay,
right.
go ahead.
The next one is by Nixon Waterman. And they also did a song about it. And it's titled If I Knew You and You Knew Me. If I knew you and you knew me, if both of us could clearly see, and with an inner sight divine, the meaning of your heart and mine, I'm sure that we would differ less and clasp our hands in friendliness. Our thoughts would pleasantly agree if I knew you and you knew me. If I knew you and you knew me, as each one knows his own self, we could look each other in the face and see therein a truer grace. Life has so many hidden woes, so many thorns for every rose. The why of things our hearts would see if I knew you and you knew me. And that's all I wanted to share. So I just wanted to at least bring some poems on the channel for tonight because that's what we were trying to do, to bring
Well,
poems, share something positive with everybody.
That's
All right.
sweet.
yeah, and we did that. Uh, yeah. Well, those were nice. Thank you for sharing, Vortex.
Yeah.
No problem. You guys
Yeah.
take care. And
You,
I did
you too.
email you once, Brent. I don't know if you got it, but I hope you have a wonderful night. And thank you. And
You
we
too.
appreciate you and Sandy very much.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And yeah, I will check the emails. Yeah, nice poem. Uh, yeah.
Brent,
That. Yes.
I know you're about to close down, but I have one question for you. You remember
Okay.
when Eve said, when she said in the interview, she said that like something like there was haters, the haters hating on her. How did you
Yeah.
feel about that? I didn't think that Eve was getting like hate, I don't know, hate threats or whatever the case are. She had
Yeah.
to deal with that, like to fight just to go over. Like she's minding her business. She's finding somebody who will love her. So I didn't really think, I'm like, okay, maybe this might be just for us, the other Black women on this side. I'm like, Eve going through that too. They fighting her and she's minding her business.
Yeah, it's it's across the board. I mean, Black women do get attacked from haters. Um, and in our dynamic, Black women, white men, we get attacked more. Um, and it seems to be no matter what your economic status is, whether you're just everyday people,
Mhm.
you know, that work and do your thing, or your celebrities, or your millionaires. It just seems like people don't like it. I don't know. It just um but I mean, what are they going to do except maybe say some hateful things? I mean, uh it just but that's across the board. With my through the years I've gotten hate. My wife has. Um and it's amazing that Black women can relate no matter what economic level they're in to other Black women. And even from what I see outside looking in, that they relate to this, from the everyday Black woman to the you know celebrity Black woman or the wealthy Black woman. I don't know. I think it's just it's a
I was just
psychological
thinking,
thing. Yeah.
and I was just saying, okay, I'm getting a fight on this end. I'm like, God, I don't want to get no fight on that end. I just need peace. I just want to
Yeah,
just
I
mind
know.
my business, So that's what I
But
was
you
just
know,
saying.
but you're not interesting. Here's the thing. I'm so glad to hear you say that, because I had said the same thing. I'm so glad you said that. I said the same, because it gets the time you just like Martin said on his show, I don't want to fight no more. You just get to where you just don't want to fight no more.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. As long as Satan exists, it's gonna be some fighting, because this is his system. It's gonna always be some, because he's he's the number one hater. But the thing is this: whenever there's something, when you get some pushback and some fighting, that's when you know you're doing something right. Sad to say, but whenever you see something that's going kind of smooth and you're not getting any type of pushback, any type of bad negative feedback or anything like that, or your life is going pretty smoothly and everything is great, check your life. Something is wrong. But anytime you get some haters that's constantly coming your way and somebody constantly nitpicking and coming at you and all that, that's when I know I'm doing something. I'm doing something right, and something is about to happen.
Yeah.
And that's when you know that you giving Satan a reason to attack you, because you that chick.
And that's what's happening with the Black woman. The Black woman, she is good. She is good.
Yeah,
so
and not
now
everybody.
that she's moving on over to the next side, this is the trouble. And I'm just like, I'm like, okay, I know I'm part of this group, but just leave me alone. But it's like, oh, we all gotta fight going that way together.
And Satan will use some Black women that represent him to come and try to snatch you down.
Yeah.
And see, that's when you have to say, you know what? That's when you have to check your inner hood and talk to it. You're in a hood chick, and you have to talk to her and say, you know what? Relax. It's stand still and let your God work for you. Let him fight for you. And see, that's what we talked about a minute ago, because that's when you want Boquisha to come out with her do-rag on, and you have to say, no, just take her off and take your rag off and sit her to the side and let your God fight for you. Because here's the thing: Satan does not attack anyone that's already on his side.
No.
Okay, so the thing is this: whenever you go and you find your when on Diary of a Mad Black Woman, when when what's her name, Kimberly Elise said, "I'm going to find my man." That's one of my favorite movies too. When she said, "I'm going to find my man," see, she was smiling because she had gotten out of that. She had found her inner peace.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm going to find my man. Now, we ain't talking about what she wants, but we just trying, that is the reason for she said that, why I'm bringing it up. She found her inner peace, but she had to go back and attack those demons. And she said, I'm going to find my man. And the thing is, when she went to find her man, she had found her inner peace and said, now I'm about to, because I fixed me. Now I'm going to find my man. But the thing is this, she had already had those people, those naysayers, those haters, that this is that, and the other. But the thing is, Satan is going to always go after you when you are doing the right thing. When you doing your thug things, I'm just gonna say it. Okay? When you keeping it a buck rather than keeping it a food stamp, Satan gonna come after you. So there comes a time when you have to say, you know what, let me start dropping wasted tears.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna drop these tears, let it be for joy.
Yeah.
And I'm crying tonight because you dropped me some gems, sis. Thank you.
You're welcome. You know what happened,
Brent? Tears of joy, because you and Brent, because and Mark, and all the ones that were genuine tonight. Thank you. Because the thing is, and each time you guys are genuine, you come and you tell me, those who are really genuine, you know who you are. Thank you. Because you helped me you're saying something to me that I've been begging for my egg donor to say. When I read these poems and you're genuine to me, all the ones that were my relatives that made me go mute with my poems, I'm digging through my poems and I'm going, oh my goodness, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? And when I go to write the new ones, I go back and I morph them with my old ones because my old ones were too painful for me to share. And so I said, no, I can morph them with my old ones and it's not so painful. So I thank you, sis. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So my thing is, these are tears of joy. So thank you. So my thing is, you just uplifted another Black sister. Now, here's the thing. I have some problems with some Black women because it stems from the woman. Well, I came through the canal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was my fate, the first one that hurt me. And so anyone else that looks like her, pains me.
Right.
And then the thing is, the ones that remind me of some acts. And I don't want to dog her. I'm gonna lay that alone. Yeah. But a lot of times your trauma starts from at home, and then you have ones that remind you. It's not just deadbeat dads. It can some deadbeat moms too. So let's just keep it balanced. So a lot of times that pain can start from both genders. So that's why when you uplift me tonight, you did something bigger than what you actually think you have. So my thing is, you're gonna find when you look at regardless of what race of man you be with, but even when you step on the other side and you find something new, like your Sanaa Lathan and your Simon Baker. Let me straighten my looks up. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk. But my thing is, when you find your something new, you're gonna find more problems. Right. But you know what? Like they say, more money, more problems. When you level up, you get your problems. You get more problems. See, a lot of times when you move into a better neighborhood, your haters seek you out because they're jealous. Because see, you moved in and they got to pass through. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So always remember that. You're gonna get it, but that's okay. That gives you a reason to smile. Satan gets mad when you do better. Just know that. Even if he happens to be white.
Hey, you know what? I want to say something to that. You hit on something. And when it comes to interracial marriage, I remember when me and my wife got married back in '94, and there were haters, and it was like, this sucks. These people are hating on us. Why? Because we love each other. And then it bothers you, but as you go through your marriage, your relationship, and as you grow, later on, you embrace that fight. You kind of embrace them coming at you. It's like, okay, come on. And it's like, it's weird. How can I explain it? You look forward to people standing against you because it's like you've been in the fight so long and you got the skill, you can defeat them. And it's like, because you're living your life and you grow stronger together and you're relationship, in your marriage. And me and my wife, we talked about this. It just, our love grows when we see the other person going through it for each other. And it's like that hate and that negativity brings you closer together, and it turns it into a positive. And like I said, it's like you kind of embrace it. Yeah, okay. Say what you're going to say. Come on, let's. And because what you have and the love you have can overcome any amount of hate that they give you.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, Brent. And you helped me to appreciate when we talked about what you said something similar to this, but you helped me to appreciate what you just said from an earlier conversation that we had, and I really appreciate that. And I'm so glad that Interesting she brought this up, that is this being a fear of hers, and I'm glad you're being vulnerable, Interesting, in this regard, and you're hearing it from a white man, because you're now seeing that that'll be a barrier that Brent is helping you to see that you can break down. Because we helped them, to white men, to see the barriers they can break down, and now you're getting this from the horse's mouth in terms of you being able to, that barrier being able to be broken down, with you. So I'm glad that you're able to hear this. And then too, what to piggyback off of what Brent is saying, he and I were talking about this before, just not too long ago. It's kind of like that Bonnie and Clyde mindset. It's like us against the world. And it's like, view this, when you find your Simon Baker, you look at it like, in a sense, at least this, I'm gonna pop my collar on this, because that's what I'm gonna do, sis. Okay. I wrote that down too, because this is what I'm gonna add to my list, my Bonnie and Clyde list with him. Look at it as you going to the gym, and like each time you guys get a problem, like Brent mentioned earlier with Eve and her husband, instead of looking at the they, that you don't know, or looking and hearing it from their boys, white men lean into it. Majority of them, I should say, and majority of the black women, when it comes to them with their dynamics, they lean into it and hold hands and say, we're going to fight against the world, and say, come on, going to the gym, our relationship is like a gym. We're going to work it out together, and we're going to exercise that muscle together in our relationship, and we're going to get stronger, rather than pulling it apart and listening to, him listening to his boys, or listening to, social media, or going, they're going to, white men and black women tend to go, against the grain. They're going to go lean into each other and say, what can we do to make this work, to make this, let's get the good ingredients, and let's make, build this meal together and make it taste better, rather than letting it taste like everybody else's, and so that's what you can do. Again, that's what courtship is for, because it may not be the first white man. You may say, no, he's too much like everybody else, or maybe not be the second one. You may say, nah, this is reminding me of someone else. It may be the third. Just because he's white doesn't mean that he's going to automatically be. It may be someone else, or someone else. But the thing, that's what courtship is for. Is he going to dance to your song? Are you going to dance to his song? Your songs have to be in harmony with one another. You guys have to waltz together. Your bodies have to lean in, and you have to make your bodies, you have to dance perfectly together as imperfect people. And so that's what Brent and I were talking about the other day, being that Bonnie and Clyde together. And so you're going to get haters. You're going to have people to throw monkey wrenches in there from both sides. You're going to get the white lies from your community and his community.
Yeah.
But you can make it work. That's what courtship is for.
Yes. I think it's an important topic, because I know that a lot of Black women think about it, but they, like it's like a flower. You still have to plow the soil to put the seed in. So why not fix it over here before we go over there? So I want to make sure, I don't want to wait till I get over there, because I need to make sure that he know who I am. Anyway, I trust God that much that I know that the person that God going to send is not going to be weak. He's got to be extremely mentally, spiritually strong. Has to.
Yes,
I know that he's going to have discernment, just like me, or even higher, to the point where he's going to put his foot down and say, no, because we're not. This marriage is not just about just the two of us. This is about God and changing lives. So this is bigger than that right now.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. The three. Yeah. Why not go to the one that originated marriage, that purposed it? Why not go to the one that the author of marriage? You know, we go to all these self-help books and go to all these therapists, and they're broken just like we are. Go to the one that's perfect, the one that actually wrote the book on marriage, and everybody said, "I wish I had a book on marriage." Well, he did. We do. We just, a lot of us don't want to refer to it. You know.
Yeah, we do. We got a book on marriage.
Raising kids too.
We got a book on life.
Uh-huh.
And if we would dig in and read it,
exactly, and apply it, So that's, and he could be the 3/4 chord. You know, we don't want, a lot of us don't want him to be a part of that link, but he can help us through. We have to talk to him and let him give us the answer. That's good for you. Interesting. Yeah, you're so interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, name says it all.
Exactly. Yeah. She made this a good show. We like interesting.
Oh yeah, you need to come back up, interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry we missed J10. Hey J10, hey, we love you. I miss you, and I was hoping you'd come on. You know, but
I think she's having the same problems I was having at first. Remember, I was doing the same thing we went. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, this I don't know. The link tonight, I guess, is Single Vortex said it was kind of messing up. So maybe because she came up, but she kept getting knocked down, and I couldn't bring her up. I brought her up, and then it got dropped, and she came up a couple times, and I don't know. This StreamYard sometimes it just
But it's done that on other shows with me too. When I was on other panels.
It does. Maybe I'll look into using Melon. I do have another one I can use. I mean, I don't know, but
that's technology for you. When it works, but when it doesn't, unfortunately,
that's so true. Yeah, but hey guys. Yes, ma'am.
You remember during Christmas, you were supposed to do those 2 movies, but you did one of the movies during Christmas last year. But you were supposed to do the next movie. You said for us to pick which movie, and you were going to talk about it. But you did one of them.
Did I forget one? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did. You forgot the one with Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac and his daughter.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I kind of got away with doing movie reviews. Yeah, we need to do a movie review again. This weekend we need to do that.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, that would be a good movie to do a review on.
Yay! Thank you. Interesting. You're so
Yeah. No, we had fun with movie reviews. I just kind of drifted away from it. But yeah. What is that movie called? It's a funny one too. It's a good movie. I forget the name, but you know, he marries a black woman, and his dad he has a problem with it, and you know, at the end he accepts him. He becomes part of the family, and it's yeah.
The part where I remember it. You remember when you was talking to Sunkiss and y'all was talking about the poetry part, right? Remember the ending when when Bernie Mac stole the poetry.
Guess who?
Oh, guess who?
Yeah. Guess who? We got to do a movie. You haven't? I'm
not really a movie TV. I mean, I find my favorites and then I watch those. I'm such a geek. I'm so old, y'all. I'll take a peek at it.
Yeah. So, hey guys that are watching, we'll do this next weekend. I'm looking at a 3-day weekend. Hopefully, I'm going to get it. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if I do, we'll do a movie review. We'll start Friday. I'll do a show Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you know, when I get a 3-day weekend, I like to do a lot of YouTube stuff. So a movie review would be great. A great time for that. So guys, watch the movie Guess Who. It's an older movie. It's funny though. It had Bernie Mac in it, and I forget the black lady's name, but she played in the Star Trek movie, the new Star Trek. She played Uhura. In the recent Star Trek. I forget her name. And then the white guy from the '70s show. What is his name? I don't know.
Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher. He was in it. It's a funny movie. It's hilarious.
I think I have seen that movie. I think I've seen that movie. I would love to watch it. Oh, I'm so excited. I think I do want to see that. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again. Hey, maybe I could bring Sandy in on this. I'm gonna watch it with her. Yeah.
Please do. Yeah.
I'm gonna try. Hey, pray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make this a group effort, right?
Yeah. So, hey guys, watch that movie. Even if you've seen it, just watch it again to get it fresh in your head. And we'll do a movie review. And what I'll do is we'll come on and I'll do like an open panel, just bring people in a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do a timer on this though, guys, because some of us get passionate. We go on forever, so I'm gonna have to do a timer and everybody come in and give a little portion of it, and I think that will be fun. Yeah, and then what I'll do is I can't show the movie, but I could show like little bits and pieces, and we could talk about a scene that'll be fun. And I could show pictures. That's probably the safest bit, because sometimes when you show movie trailers, they copyright you because of the music or.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's funny. I've been copyrighted because I had a music video playing in the background, no sound or nothing, but it was showing on the TV behind me. I've gotten copyrights on that stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But,
and another thing, the show was good today with the I like the show you did today. It's a learning experience for me with Eve Think. I didn't get to watch that one, so I'm definitely gonna watch it over because there's some things I need to listen to, right? To pick up on and go back over.
Oh, with Eve?
Yeah. I like the way she carried herself, because I don't know if I could have. I gotta work on myself a little bit more.
Yeah, she was very professional. She just, I mean, it was like she just controlled the environment. Like
she did an awesome job.
She did. She really did. Yeah, that
I
was.
mean, coming from where she been to where she was, I said, "Oh my!" She rocked it. She did it all. I mean, I was like a proud mama. I said, she has come a long way. And then too, interesting. You might want to look at too as to why her and what's her name, Keisha Cole, end up not being friends anymore. That goes to show her growth. I kid you not.
Her and Keisha Cole ain't friends?
No. Why she pulled away from Keisha Cole. And in the Black community, you would think, oh, she was a sellout. But that goes to show, and it wasn't, no, it's not. If you look from the naked eye in the Black community, one would say. But no, when you see her growth, and then this video, this interview, you would applaud her. And it was not being messy. Had she not done that from where she comes from, and this video, and then where she's at now, she would not be where she's at. She wouldn't have seen her husband, and she wouldn't be where she's at had she not done that. She had to do the work, the inner work, and that's why I said I'm a proud mama. I am a proud mama. I kid you not. Yes. So just kind of like go through her life span and just do some cherry picking, or do a. Get you some popcorn and go to work.
I didn't really go through it yet, but I'm gonna go through it. Definitely with my kids too. But I saw the ending where she have the whole family, the guy's family, all the white people, and she's so happy.
She is.
She is so. You can see the stress not on her face. You can just tell when somebody not stressed. This is bigger than this. You can see it in her eyes. Like she just happy. She have peace.
She is. Oh my God!
She
And
knows
you know
she's
what?
protected.
Look
She's
at
okay.
check out the Wendy Williams video too when she was on Wendy Williams. She don't even speak on her previous relationship. She won't. That shows growth. And
Yes,
she
Oh,
yeah.
really tried to, yes, that shows growth.
It's
And
wonderful.
she just
Yes.
the only thing she said was, I wasn't happy with myself. Something along those lines. And she
Yeah,
dated well,
accountability.
financially
Yeah.
speaking, with black
That's
men.
good.
She dated like a king and all that. She dated well, but again,
Yeah, she took accountability. Yeah, you got to take
yeah,
accountability too. Yeah,
yeah, financially
that's
with black men,
definitely
she
good.
dated well. But
yeah.
I'm so proud of her. I am. I'm so proud of her. So yeah. So and you know what? And you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. Interesting. I'm gonna revisit some videos for me too. For me.
Right.
Yeah, because I saw a lot of myself in her from, like I said, being suck kids on the block, like Brent was mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna revisit some videos, and because that's homework from us
Yeah.
as black women. That's homework.
All of
Yeah,
us. Yes.
yeah,
In every level. Thank you,
yeah.
Brent, so much for everything. It was a learning experience. I definitely learned from the show. Everything
Well,
today, from
Yeah.
the prayer this morning, going straight to the video, everything matched. So thank you. That was good.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. And yeah, I had a good time today, from the prayer meeting to this. Um, man, we're going over 3 hours, and I'm gonna have to shut down, or we're
Okay,
going to be
I'm gonna
up
get
here
going.
for
Bye.
we'll
Thank you,
be up here
interesting.
for
Thank
9 hours.
you. Thank
Uh,
you.
thank you, interesting. It was good having you on, Sunkissed. Always a pleasure.
Always a
Um,
pleasure. Thanks for having me.
oh yeah, and we'll do this again. We'll I had a good time tonight.
I'm looking forward to next week though for movie night. I always have
Oh
fun on your channel.
yeah, yeah. We'll do a movie review on Guess Who. So everybody, go watch Guess Who. Okay, and we'll have an open panel. I'm gonna have to time it because I don't want no one left out. But yeah, we're going to have a good time. I'm
Okay.
looking forward to it. I get back to the movie reviews. I always had fun doing those. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, I kind of drifted away from it from Christmas, but we'll get back to it, and we'll do it this weekend. But everybody, you have a good night. Sunkissed, have a good night. God bless you.
You do the same.
And
Thank you. Same to you. Good night, everyone in the channel and the chat. Thank you so much for inviting me on the channel. I value it.
oh yeah, you're always welcome here.
Thank you.
And I appreciate it. And,
Same
and
here.
guys, and guys, thank you for watching. It's always a pleasure. Had fun. The poems were awesome. I want to thank Mark, Sunkissed, Vortex, Mark. Did I say Mark already? um, and I want to thank Dion for coming up, and interesting also. Thank you, ladies, and thank you, Mark. Too. This was a fun show. I enjoyed it, and you guys are really skilled with the words. You guys are suave when it comes to words, and that's really amazing. And Sunkissed, I'm telling you, you could be a motivational speaker. You can be a poet. You could be, yeah. I just listening to,
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it, and
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
I had a blessed day today. Thank you guys. Thank you for making my day, and thanks for being part of the show. And I'll see you this weekend. I'm not going to be doing no live shows till Friday. My schedule's pretty solid. Friday, I'm going to do a live show. And if I get the whole day off, I'll do it in the middle of the day. Maybe, 4 o'clock Eastern or something, to where we're not up late at night. And, but I'll work that out. And we'll probably start Friday with a movie review. I think that would be good. And then we'll do another show Saturday, and then Sunday we'll have a prayer meeting and do that. And yeah, no problem. Thanks, Vortex. Yeah, and Sankis, I have put my email in the chat. Contact me. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark wants you to contact him through his email. Me and Corey needs to rap though. Okay, well, me and Corey will try to put a rap together. Corey, are you game putting a rap together? That'll be hilarious. It'll probably go viral because we'll look so silly. But we could give it a shot. Like I said, I'm gonna have to have somebody write it out for me. I'm going to have to keep writing it to make it make sense because I'm not good with the words. So, but yeah, that would be funny. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and shut down. Sunkiss, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Young lady. You're awesome, beautiful, and we love you. And you guys in the chat, thank you so much. You guys are beautiful also. And I look forward to seeing you guys Friday. I might drop a video or two in between, but I'll start my live Friday. We'll start with the movie review. Guess Who? Go watch Guess Who. All right, guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you Friday. Good night, and God bless you and your families.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye, Brent. Thanks again.
Bye. Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay. Bye-bye. Talk to you soon, Mark. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Okay. So, a good night. It went a little long, but you know, time flies when you're having fun, and sometimes the shows last long. But you know, join me Friday. We'll do that movie review on Guess Who. So watch Guess Who, and I'll drop a couple videos in between till then. But my next live will be Friday. Okay, guys. God bless you and your families, and I'll see you soon.